special one from the CEO, stand coming with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the Southern Band, Charges on the beat.
To the spoon to get your information. To the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon, spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon, spoon radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening in Monrovia, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, to spoon. To spoon. To spoon. You from Fundraising, Maryland, to spoon. To spoon. If you eat kepa, gradually, my brother, to spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, to spoon. To spoon. You wanna get a news update, to spoon. What? Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba, 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 kilibamba. What I want? Yes, what you about today?
Spoon TV. Spoon.
Yes, what you about today?
Spoon. Spoon TV. Spoon. Spoon.
Skidibidi dabado.
Spoon TV. Spoon Entertainment. To the spoon to get your information. To the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon radio station. Spoon television.
Okay, folks, thanks for joining us tonight on another edition of the program. Spoon Talk is back on your radio. We want to say thanks to all of you across the world for joining us. We are here tonight live across the internet on Spoon 107.5 FM. We are live on Fabric 101.1, Super 95.5 FM as well. Many thanks to the folks across the internet for joining us tonight. We are live on Facebook, Spoon TV, Fabric TV, and Super TV. We're live on YouTube, Spoon Talk Live. Thanks to all of you for joining us tonight. I'm Nelson Collette, and this is Spoon Talk. This is where you get authentic information about the happenings across Liberia. This is where Liberians gather to get the news. And I want to say thanks for joining us. Kindly share the program as you come on tonight in your different group chats on Facebook and across the internet. Let's have a great show tonight. The CEO and the rest of the team will be on. It's going to be a fascinating show. I see Mr. Dwalu is already set. He's in the background. Let me go across and bring him on. I always admire the Liberian flag in the background. Mr. Dwalu, welcome to the show tonight, sir. It's good to have you on. You are muted.
Yes, I recognize that. How you doing, man, Nelson? To the audience from across the globe, y'all share the show. Let's talk Liberia. Everybody's duty to make sure we keep talking about the issues pertaining to this country. Hopefully we can make some sense of it. and improve the conditions of that country. So you're welcome. Share the show. Let's talk Liberia before the team gets here. So Nelson.
Yes, sir. And welcome, welcome, welcome again. You know, the people say whenever they see that background, they already know where you are. You know, your Papa called me today. He said, "My son gone back," and I said, "Yeah, your son gone back." He said, "Yeah, I noticed when I watched the show."
No, Bobby, don't worry. I'll soon be back over there. But Bobby, gonna be chasing a lot of stuff. Liberia
Yeah,
gets so much work to do. Sometimes you're just forced to do what you have to do. Let's welcome some of our people. Now, see me recognize some people here while we still having these guys come on board. If you don't
yeah.
mind, see more about Big Boy, baby Zizi. How you doing, Momoti Johnson? My brother Johnson, what's going on, man? Mom, Esther seen harmonized Sawolo, Samuel Brown, brother Brown. What's going on, man? How's everything? Whatever you are, Jerry. I see Nathaniel Kekula Demon, how you doing? Over here, Robin Sale. Mr. Hunter, what's going on, Kalinius? What's going on, brother? Edmond Sibo, how are you doing, Mr. Sibo? What's going on wherever you are? I see Love Bendo. I see Yama Washington, Madam Washington. Welcome to the show. Whatever you are watching us from, I see Vox Populi, Vox D. Welcome to the show. I see Ngama Moses, Zonic, Zion. How are you doing? I see Daniel Tente, Convi Good Godwin Dubber. How you doing, Dubber? What's going on there, wherever you are? Let me see over here. I'm going to turn here to Spoon as well. Hopefully, we can get some people Spoon live. So it's still a little early. I see it's about Ability. Miss Ability, how you doing? My name, say what's going on. I see Darlene Donner. How you doing? I see Daniel Tati. I think I say your name already. Morris Moses Monga. How you doing? Howard Sonny. How you doing, Madam Sonny? Celia Kamara T. Samuel B. Fire. Freeman, how are you doing? Everybody, man, wherever you are, you're coming. Let's share the show. Let's talk Liberia. I see Vonnie K. Sherman. How you doing? Angela Smith. Loretta O. Marshall. Madam Marshall, welcome to the show. Edwin Zabon. Mr. Zabon, man, what's happening? Everybody, man, you're welcome to the show. Let's talk Liberia, Nelson.
Oh yes, indeed. Talk Liberia. A lot is going on in the country. As usual, we will take calls from the folks out there. We will get to hear from from Liberians, what they think, what the issues are on their minds. But just a quick one to throw in is that today the president at the ministerial complex launched the agriculture plan for the arrest agenda. You know, what is it that is going to drive the whole aspect of the arrest agenda that has to do with agriculture, given that the Ministry of Agriculture is that arm of government, that entity, that ministry that's called for the responsibility to drive that agenda. So it was launched today. I believe more details are coming up on the show as the rest of the team will be coming on tonight. And yes, so that's just a part of the many issues that's happening
Well,
today.
yeah, but
Yeah,
that's
you wanted to come in?
yeah, it's a good thing because the arrest plan, I believe agriculture is number one. And I, for one, was hoping to see the budget being allocated to agriculture ministry was much more than what we presently see. Maybe they're going to put more money there, but this is a good launch, and everybody in the country knows this. Though Liberia's greatest opportunity for growth is within agriculture. But every single year, we don't take it seriously. We don't put it forward. Hopefully, Honorable Boakai, President Boakai changes this. And I think that would be good for the country if he does do that. So we are watching, we are looking, and we are hoping they get this right so we can and become full self-sufficient.
Yeah, definitely. And the Liberal Land Authority has been involved with uh, some land situation. Mr. Dwalo, as you know, the issue of land dispute
Yeah.
is one of the major issues in Liberia right now. Lots of folks are having issues with how lands are being sold, and yeah, so it has victimized a lot of people. There are so many victims today. So in somewhere around the capital bypass, there is this place called the Bassa community. There has been some claims and counterclaims in that area with respect to the land issue, who owns what. who are the actual owners of the land and all of that. So the Liberia Land Authority got involved, and they did some spot checking in the area today, identifying um, the actual owners of some parcels of lands, where one person's land starts from and where it ends, and all of that. They were really involved with the community there today, and there are hopes that they can expand, they can extend to other parts of the country where there are serious issues of land disputes, and so the Liberia Land Authority has been involved with that today as well. Yeah.
But Nancy,
And
I want to say something about the land issue in Liberia. And I firmly believe the government is majority responsible for this issue. Look, I don't know why we try to reinvent the wheels when almost every solution, I mean, every problem in Liberia has already been solved. All we have to do, we just have to look at what other people have done. Look, this thing I've been saying this for a long time. It's like, listen, nobody should be allowed to sell land in Liberia until they go through the government arm. I'll give you an example. Nelson Colette has one parcel land in Banave. He owns that land. The land is registered through the archive. If Nelson wants to sell that land to Mr. Dwalu, Nelson has to go to the government, say, my land number 1 in Banave, file number 457, I'm about to sell it to Mr. Dwalu. Mr. Dwalu and Nelson will sit to the side. The government will come and administer the sale of that land. So you're actually buying the land from the government, not even Mr. Colette. So when Mr. Colette receives the money, he gets his money, and the government transfers that title to me. So only the government can sell land in the country. This is a quick solution. But what we've done in the country, anybody, at any time, land is not just a precious property. It's the property of all properties. But everywhere. And I've seen so many people have gotten hurt about this land issue. Let me tell you a personal story. It's obviously going to be guns like in the country. And one thing I used to do in Liberia, when my operation was running, I would just buy land around the city. And what happened is I own these land. So one time I bought land right behind what President Rehab property is in Rehab, where he actually had a present compound. Yeah. So behind there was a football field. So I come into the country, I believe it's like 2008, and I buy the place and I dumped the first load of dirt, because that's what I was going to build my office. My brother, 7 people were claiming that land. The only thing I was lucky with was because I just paid the lady 3 days prior, and I was able to go back. I didn't get all my money, but I lost $200 on the deal. But it seems like the land has already been sold to 6 other people. How is it possible that a regular person can sell a land? And this is over and over and over. And there are something claims where people will go to the archive. They pay people that are working in the archive, and they will change deeds within the archive. How is that even possible? I don't know if anybody ever been to a library and deed registry. It is disorganized. There is no proper cataloging or filing. They will tell you, my man, we'll find a deed, we got low. It will tell one. Everything.
In fact, it has been manual for a very long time until quite recently when they tried to digitize the system. So all of those who purchased land prior to, let's say, 2021, 2022, thereabout, is a whole difficult thing. They were imagine a whole room filled with the different files. That the archives there are not electronic. No, they will have to go there, search among one folder to another folder, one by one, to get your deed, a copy of your deed. And again, maybe that's why we have the issues, the issues, Mr. Eduardo, because how do you even get to that point to figure out if John Brown sold his land multiple times, to a particular person and stuff like that. So yeah, there's been a serious issues. There have been clashes. There has been situations where folks have even lost their lives due to those land disputes and everything that's been going on in your country.
It is sad. It is sad, Nelson, because the solution is right out there. That can be addressed very quickly. There's not a lot we can do to solve the land problem, but nobody wants to solve it. And Nelson, this is what I decided to talk about tonight. It's about solutions to the problems in the country. Just very briefly, if you give me 2 or 3 minutes, let me talk to our people a little bit. Look. I have a question, and the question is very simple. Let's have a conversation. And for those of you out there, where every time another man speaks, especially when it comes from the men, and for some reason you feel less than because somebody provides a presentation or a solution that you find say, oh, the person want already know more. That is your business. We have a job to do here, and part of that job is asking our officials what is their solutions for their entities. If Nelson Colette decides he's going to run LPMC, Nelson should present to the country or to his bosses, in this case, the president of the republic, what is his solution for the problems facing that entity? List the problems and list the solutions. Has any entity in Liberia presented to the government some of the solutions to his problem? Almost every single time, everything we hear about Liberia is, oh, I didn't get my budget allocation, so how are we supposed to do that? How are we supposed to do that? Let me tell you something. If you're running an organization and the resources that are required for you to do your job adequately are not being given to you, you have to be extremely frugal about this. And if they insist it cannot be given to you, you have to leave that job because your name will matter. They will call you incompetent and say, oh, yeah, but why do you can say that? Then what do you mean we eat? Listen, if your intent is to go to government for paycheck at the ministerial level, at the directorship level, at the deputy minister level, you don't belong in government. Let me repeat. If your intentions are you're going to go to the legislature, you're going to become a representative so you can get paid, you don't belong in the legislature because you are not prepared to be there. By the time you get to the level of a representative, to the level of a senator, of a minister, of a deputy minister, you have to elevate yourself to a certain level where you can sustain your life outside of government. But if the issue is becomes about paycheck, you will not be able to produce because you are dependent on that paycheck. So when you are asked for solutions to the problems facing the country, you say to me, you want out of here no more. What is the solution for the transport ministry? Are we just going to buy buses and somebody eats the fares for the buses? There is no structure set up where we can track the income from these buses so there can be a continuous process of maintaining public transportation in the country. If you ask a question and say, oh, the men want to out of here know more, you should know more if you're coming to provide solution for government. This is where you should know more. And sometimes, we try to shame each other into becoming silent. This is why in our country, if Nelson Colette decides to pronounce a word properly, he said the man won't speak serious, the man won't out of here know more. The words have to be, do you know why Liberians are very poor spellers? It's because we don't pronounce words properly. And most words, when you pronounce them right, you can spell them. But when you cannot pronounce the word right, when it comes time to spell them, it's always misspelled because you are not pronouncing them properly. This is not knowing more. It's just doing things right so things can be orderly. And I'll go back to the question. What are the solutions that have been presented by our officials? I'm talking about people that should be providing solutions for the country. The government officials, I'm talking about representatives and senators. Go look. I want to encourage every Liberian citizen that is listening to me, listening to my voice. I want to listen to me on a Tuesday or a Thursday. I want you to take your time. This is important. You have to make time for it. You spend all your time going to churches 3-4 times a week when the churches are giving you nothing, absolutely nothing. You say, oh, but I got, no, that's not how God can work. The churches are giving you nothing. Go to the legislature on a Tuesday or Thursday and see the people, the caliber of people that we are put in that place to chart a course for this country and what the decisions they are presented to the country. I don't know one representative who's come out and said, oh, maybe he or she is out there. This is my plan for the district number 5 in Mozzarella County over the next 6 years. This is how I intend to achieve these steps. This is what I'm going to accomplish. Everybody resort back to the same thing. I pay some school fee. I buy a bag of red. Somebody deliver in the community. I buy them baby top for $20. And when somebody die, I get $150. And this is the legislating we are doing for the country. Where's your solution? I want to see the person that's running the interior ministry, or I'll tell you, internal ministry, we call it in Liberia. How is he bringing the interior into the developmental process of our country? Is agriculture ministry getting enough funding to make sure we produce on the level that brings employment to the country? What is a private entity doing in the country? The Commerce Ministry, for example, how is he expanding commerce across the country? Now, they say, oh, but don't put the blame on this person or on that person. If you hold that position, and I love what Amin Muda said the last time, he was going to leave that job if he's not getting the proper tool to produce. Well, let me tell you something. Your name should mean so much to the extent that if somebody trying to diminish your name, You have to be willing to defend that name because you've worked so hard to maintain that name. This name was given to me by my father, given to him by his father before him, as well yours as well. So it should mean something to say, oh, Mr. Dwalu is incompetent, and you hold a position just because you want to take a paycheck, when you know damn well you're not getting the resources to produce for that society, and you're mute about it because you give bala car over there, not government give you car, they give you gas slip, they give you walkie-talkie, they give you scratch car, they acting that you be man. You're absolutely nothing. Nothing. Look, most of the government officials in our country, nothing before they came to government. The only time they get a degree of prominence is when they hold a government position and everybody's supposed to worship them. What is your solution? And I will continue to ask this over and over and over again because I want garbage to be removed from Douala. Because the garbage is sickening my people. When you ask that question, you're supposed to say, Mr. Dwalu want out of here no more. So I'm gonna just count the air, just sit down and we talk about that and we'll go home. No, we will shake the tree. If you don't like it, produce. Present your solution for the country, for Superintendent of Grand Bassa County. Let me hear your solution. Don't tell me how you are not getting anything. I'm going to say this and I'll give it to Nelson. I was fortunate and I flew on the airline with the Superintendent of Maryland County. And this brother has a massive vision for Maryland County. And this is a guesstimation, though, guys. You correct me if I'm wrong on this. If I were to guesstimate, people that were born in Maryland County, that are living in America, in Australia, in the Western country, I would say minimum, there will be 30, maybe 40,000 people. The entire county is isolated. The beauty of Maryland, I've never been to Maryland County, but I've seen pictures and I've seen how beautiful, how paradise of a place Maryland County is. What are her sons and daughters doing to make sure that location, something happens there? Now, I'm not excluded from there. I'm asking myself that question as well because Maryland equally belongs to me. What are we doing? What are we doing? Every single person is not providing solution. You give an entire county, Maryland County, you give it $200,000 for the entire county, and this is okay. Do you know how much it costs to maintain one representative in Liberia? Annually, at a very minimum, is 250,000 United States dollars. Now, some idiot will come and say, oh, Dwalu, then I want to get paid. Let me tell you something. The representative, the house you go to, the water bill, the light bill, all the maintenance, everything captures into what constitutes your maintenance for the year, including your salary, your gas slip, and everything. So it costs $250,000 United States dollar just to maintain one representative. You take an entire county such as Maryland County, and you give it $200,000 in the national budget, and this is okay. How is the superintendent supposed to find a solution for that county? How? We got our priority out of whack. And you're not supposed to talk about it because when you talk about it, it's because Dwalu will not eat. Because when you get government job, you won't be able to eat. Dwalu will be naked walking in the street, you won't get close to where because you get government job. For the last 47 years, my partner never went government, my grandpa never went government, both my mom and pa. How you think I've been surviving? We are not supposed to say this. We should just sit and allow our country to rot because we want to appease people. Somebody said this. I forgot who said this. They said, listen, Liberia has come to a place where the idiots, the bottom feeders, the chima bucket carriers, the yah boys, so they can feel good. People who have burned the midnight candle with solutions to transform the country, they're supposed to be quiet so they can make them feel bad. So they can make the chima bucket carriers feel bad. They can make the yah boys feel bad because they want to be in charge of the country. I don't care if you're in charge. I want you to provide a solution for my country. I don't just want you to sit on your hands and you just sit there and nothing is happening for the country. Young men, look, I'm talking about grown men with family. No job, nothing. They get up in the morning, they sit down. Maybe they play small checker. In the neck, they get up. They're getting older and older. Depression, frustration, anxiety, everything continues to setting. There is no solution to the country. You have a government position so you can provide a solution for your people. The solutions must be provided. It is a duty. And our duty is far superior than each of us. When you are called to serve your people, it's a higher calling. It's a duty that you must attend to. If you have not the capacity to attend to that duty, you must step aside so this country can move forward. Forward. We have the expertise now, my people. And you are not going to shame me into Opazina Borakai Dwalu, into silencing my voice because your inferiority complex makes you think because when Dwalu speaks, it makes you feel like the man you want to or the man you want boast. The Dwalu man he let bragging too much. I will bring the fire. I will bring measures. I will bring solutions. I will write. I will say to my country that I'm sick and tired of being the least on the continent when we are arguably one of the richest on the continent. People come to government just to better their own lot, where the entire country sits there, complacency. And I arrived. And I arrived. You would never arrive until your entire country arrives. You will not arrive. You can build the biggest house in that community. You are in danger because the entire country community is a ghetto. You must expand the house you've built across that community. The bigger, the more houses are built in that community, the safer you become, the better our society become. We don't come say this to you because we hate you or because we're jealous of you. We are angry because we know we are capable of a whole lot more. The selection of our leaders must be at the highest level. We must set a higher bar, and we must demand from our officials that they have to produce. That demanding them to produce is something, it's a civil responsibility that we all have been bequeathed with by our ancestors, by the very constitution of the republic. We will talk. We will talk because we don't no longer want to go to the jungles with Kalashnikovs. We will continue to jaw because we believe jawing, hopefully, it would make somebody get some sense and say, listen, why does Bapulu County look like this? Why is Nima County like this? Why is my beloved Grand Bassa County, my boy who Grand Buchanan is so empty of any kind of viability, any kind of life or any kind? And we should accept it while we go to the graves every single day, every day. Young men and women. And I will say to you, I will continue to say this to you under the age of 40 in that country. Nothing, these big government officials that are way older in the 50s and 60s and 70s, they are not going to change until you demand that they do change. You have to pump your fist. You have to organize better and demand from them your right to self-actualize, your right to employment as mandated enshrined in Article 8 of our Constitution, that you have the right to job, to work, to dignity in your own country. It's a constitutional right. It will not be given to you until you demand it. You'll sit down and you continue to go to the churches and mosques. There is nothing in the church. Nothing is in the church. Even the Bible tells you, stay out of the churches until Sunday. For 6 days, you should be producing something that transforms this country. But you go and pray. God will not descend from the heavens. We must do something to transform this country so our children can inherit a better Liberia. And that Liberia has to be greater than every single one of us. I'm a Christian. I love God as much as the next man here. But do you realize that you, Kekula, you are God on earth? Look in the book of Deuteronomy. He gives you dominion over every single thing on this planet. Even heavens, even angels cannot leave the heavens and come to earth and do anything without my permission. And yet and still we have foreigners come to our country and literally control everything. And we are supposed to be subjugated in our own country because our government officials literally sell everything off to people who should not be controlling my resources. And we sit and we feel pity for ourselves. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. And young people, you must rise up and demand from your officials dignity, education, proper health care, employment in your country, so you can have your own thing too. So you can live a dignified life. So your daughters can look up to you and your sons can look up to you, and you can be a man, you can be a woman, you can live upright. Upright. Let me tell you something. It is impossible. I'm not saying how. It is impossible for you to become a good Christian in extreme poverty. I will say this and give it to Nelson. It is impossible to become a good Christian in extreme poverty because you will lie, you will cheat, you will find ways around moral principles because of survivability. I don't want you to survive. I want you to flourish in your own country because God has given us a good thing. And that good thing is Mama Liberia. How we protect us depend on how we protect ourselves in our country. Our leaders must produce and we must demand it. Nelson, it was a pleasure, brother.
Thank you very much, Mr. Dwalu. I know thousands of Liberians across the world tonight are highly inspired by those powerful words coming from you. And someone asked me the other day if you're a preacher. I
No,
told
man.
them Mr. Dwalo is a passionate Liberian who is a motivational speaker as well.
I don't like that.
Somebody were laughing in the background. You know, the person was signing the cross when you were.
Hey, there you go. They make it whiskey again. Wow. Thank you, my brother Freeman. All right, don't bring out the head, man. Be go beyond small. Don't bring out the head.
Because he was signing a cross. So, but I saw something gonna post on social media today. I'll bring it when the president come on. But I think we'll take some calls.
Yeah, take some call from our
Beat Bilbo. So gonna beat Bilbo somewhere. Yeah. I will bring that post. But I think we can take few calls from the Liberian people. 0555 0555 are the numbers to call, and then the WhatsApp number is up. Okay, I didn't put it up. Okay, so we'll take just few calls from the folks out there. What's on your mind? What is it you want to talk about? And you can go ahead and do that. We'll take the first call. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, hello. You're live. Your name and where you call from?
Nothing. Good evening.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's just poor, right?
You're live on the show. What's on your mind? What is it you want to talk about?
Thank you to Brother Dwalo. What all he said is reality. And my brother, this country, we just pray for success. And I think we doing anything that goes on country within our house, but we should just get out and then get to the Capitol building and express ourselves so the country can go the best way in the interest of everybody. But it is not easy.
Thank you very much. Hello, you're live. Your name and where you call from? Hello.
Hello, Mr. Good.
Yeah, good evening. Please go ahead. Let's hear you.
Thank you. Good evening to Mr. Governor is money. I'm calling for plenty budget for the evening.
Okay, go ahead.
Next, my money issue have to do with the journalism apparatus. Also, I'm calling on my security, the security people that are responsible. I hold them look in that direction. Nancy, I don't know, now with the corona about so media entity in the country, so journalism for you guys need in the name of to blind loyalty to particular political party or an individual. We get radio station that always same President Baka come to power, they get insulting the public without no reason. They leaving the issue, the more personal life, and also costing the man because what they were getting yesterday from we just spend our money on their they're not doing that. Just to insult people, then they and they take huge of money because that benefit have ceased today, so they didn't necessarily to call the people. So I'm telling you, I want to get that part to look at because you go to journalism school, you do ABC, accurate, and credible. Then if you pay down loyalty to somebody that you allow the media and the people do that what they call that media because somebody will get if you call the radio station in your own well, everybody know the station that are doing that.
Thank
because
you.
Anybody that for whom you can't do that kind of if you get power, you get mad, you got to Google, you can't look at somebody power grandpa.
Thank you very much. That's a great concern. That's a very great concern, but we have to take others. Yeah.
They got them when I spoil your knee on the media when they do that generally and they get radio commentator, they get different people using the radio.
Thank you very much. Let's go there and take another person. Hello, you are live. Your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Beautiful. Calling from Long Mines.
Okay, go ahead quickly. Let's hear you.
Yeah, happening here that with some of these panelists that on spoon. They don't know former president. They don't know present president. Because up till now they stay calling your president. Former president. We are a president and a former. You see, and that's problem with it.
Thank you.
And the caller said, "Where are you getting? You know what? Former."
Thank you for expressing yourself. We appreciate you. Hello, let's hear you.
Hello.
Yeah, please go ahead quickly. Your name and where you call from. What's on your mind? Let's hear you. Yeah.
The phone is about the award from the second the president will deal with the DA issue
Okay.
because our brother is taking a judge.
Thank you.
So according to appoint a new DA president 1 year.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. You want the president to name a new DA boss. So should we do more calls?
Yeah, let's do a few more.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, stay eating a casali from your tea, but go ahead.
Yeah, I get my post here. Hello. Yeah, hello, you're live. Let's hear you.
This is Aaron Hall. I'm
Yeah.
calling from Matali.
What's on your mind? Please go on, sir.
I got two things on my mind. One is to Mr. Dwalu.
Mhm.
I want to please ask him because in Liberia, the Bible says, for me,
No,
I
he
believe
in
in the
Liberia
biblical
again. He
principle.
left
Bible says, ask
Liberia.
and
He's
you
not in
shall
Liberia.
receive.
He's not in Liberia right now.
And I know he's not in Liberia. I know he's not in Liberia. I listening to him. He's called a Liberia. And I want to take this time to ask him. Right now, I'm not working. I'm not doing anything. I got my sister who passed off and her son.
Okay.
The guy thing, they coming Saturday, and I
Okay.
want to keep asking if he able to help me pay the labor violation fee, which will be
Okay. So, but can you reach out to
$10,000.
Mr.
And
Dwalu
besides
in
that,
his? Can you reach out to him privately because this is the airwaves, and aside from that, we have something else we're looking at exclusively. So, can you reach out to Mr. Dwalu privately?
how can I get to him privately? I see the two I can get to him through the air by this station.
Okay, you can call after the show. Just call after the show. Yeah.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
Thank
Call the
you.
number on the screen also after the show.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Hello.
Yeah, good evening, Nelson.
Yeah. Go ahead. You're live. Let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you very much. And good evening to Gwaru. My name is Abraham Sakama. I call from Zuma Town.
Okay. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Thanks for the opportunity. The issue about reclaiming Liberia when it comes to the key sectors that will uplift the life of the Liberians is very, very, very cardinal. And if nobody has done anything towards this, I think it is about time that the Liberians should wake up and work very hard, be a leader, whatever background you may come from. But nice thing we need to start from somewhere.
Okay.
Let us first start with the issue of killing in the stores and in the drugstores. Let that go first. Once it comes to an end, then we move to another level. The second level is those jobs that the Liberians supposed to do, whether in store or any other sector, let them do those jobs and be paid the good correct wages. From there, then we move to those goods and services that Liberians supposed to render only. It should be kept aside, or they are kept aside by law, or I don't know if it is law, but they are set aside for Liberians only.
Okay.
Then, when we take it gradually, we achieve. But if we go, let's take the meaning we attack the sector, this is going to collapse
Thank you.
completely.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nelson.
Thank
That's
you
my
very
contribution.
much for your input. I think we will hold it at that. And then Mr. Dwalu, CEO.
Yeah.
What
So,
to you?
Mr. Witherspoon, Mr. Fadiga, I mean, you're welcome to the show. We got a big day ahead of us today, a bunch of news breaking. And before I give it to Stanton, I'm going to say this to you. It's a Witherspoon boom breaker. I'm telling you.
This is a billboard I came across.
It is. Somebody put it on,
Yeah, and this billboard is rocking. It's taking over the.
Nassim, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Remember all the joke aside, whatever Stanton does here, Stanton has carved out his place in Liberian life. All joke aside, this is a big deal. This platform, people don't even understand how far-reaching this platform is. Our people must be heard. Our people must be motivated to do this platform. And we must reach every single nook and cranny of this country so people can understand what's happening in government. A lot of time when we were boys, we didn't know what happened in the country. You see, B-men, whatever they do, the concept of money was foreign to us, or even checking anybody for anything. And the men are yet B-men. But this boom breaker decided to take some money and invest into a venture that could open the eyes of Liberian. It's a big deal. It really is a big deal. So all joke aside, even though that boy always on everybody kids, even though he don't want to do this,
I was thinking if that is small boom breaking or BB boom and breaking.
He won't know say Fadiga. That's it, you brother.
Don't matter, man. What are you talking about? That they kind of very well be here. But to be frank, Spoon is far-reaching. I mean, I keep telling you guys, when I came here last year, what I witnessed was amazing.
Yeah.
The impact we had on the ground. I think we need to continue informing our people, bringing our best. Media is very powerful. I always say this: two things happened to humanity over the last decade: smartphone and social media.
Yeah.
And imagine during the Taylor time when we were fighting war in Liberia and we have Facebook and Facebook Live. We wouldn't have even had to deal with all those different massacre and things. The war would have ended in 2 weeks. Trust me.
I agree.
All the nonsense that people did and they thought they could bury, even with that, we still got something. And then the Sirleaf time, that was the beginning of social Facebook 2007, 6. And then we didn't even have all these features like live, Facebook Live. Because I'm one of the people that really started this whole thing, getting like
That's right.
on social media. And I saw how it has evolved over the years. Now we have Facebook Live. Now we have different video options in all the different platforms. So it's hard, and almost everybody here have some smartphone. I don't care. It's not even about poverty. People don't have food to eat, but they have some iPhone, some nice little gadget that they can in something. And even the techno. Oh, I love that thing. That thing not only does it keep charge, it have most of the features. So people now have ways to send out information. So government, no matter even the government that will support, people have to be very mindful nowadays. It's a hard time being government because the people got a smartphone, they're able to record, they will record you, a lot of things going on now. People just have to be on the right side and do the right thing. I think that what these are the times. So Spoon just was there the right time, the right place, the right time. When Liberian people were just tired with repression, tired with one group of people just pillaging our resources and mismanaging the country, and nobody could say anything. Honestly, I came in this town, and there were men and women that were just quiet, afraid. They were petrified. A lot of them didn't want to even be bothered. And then after the election was over, those guys came in like, yo, thank you. Thank you for what you guys did. So we just need to continue to hold on to our standard and stop picking first with your friend. Stop colluding with Keith Hassan, and you can be a mob like that, but you know what I'm talking about, and continue to speak for the Liberian people.
Yeah, Fadiga, somebody just wrote in the thread. They said, Eduardo, you supporting Stanton. He committed crime in America, but then you're talking about the judges. How long before Mokanza? Stanton will pay for a crime. Stanton is in a great country. Rules governing this society. So if you don't understand it, and I want to send a big shout out to Richmond, man. A man will fall. Every man falls and makes mistakes. It's what he does when he turns around. So Richmond, congratulations, brother. You're joining the U.S. Army. We celebrate with you and hopefully go and do great things, brother. Congratulations. Stanton.
You see, Dwalu, let me say this, and let me say this to all. If no one want to speak on this issue, nobody want to talk. I want to speak so badly, but Dwalu, as you and Fadiga knows very well, you always wait, and we'll leave it like that. If anybody think that the association with me is a problem, we just ask you to just don't associate with me. But it will not stop me from speaking. Okay, we remain loyal about it, and we will keep focused. Because when you beat on some of the folks in Liberia, when you go after them, and they curve into this opportunity and say, well, you're not supposed to speak. No, I will speak. You forgot though. I spoke continuously prior to the election, after the election. We won the victory. You celebrated with me. And because I speak it against the ills, you come back to say, oh, don't Stanton again. But that's the same Stanton, you know? So it doesn't move me at all, Dwalu. A lot of people get every reason to say what they want to say. I enjoy it. You know, you can criticize me. You can come on the show and insult me and say what you want to say. I will not attack you. I will go after the lawmakers. I will go after those ministers. I'm going to go after the president, the former president, the current president, the past government, the current government, because we got to make Liberia to be a unique place. And that's what you fought for. Every day you come on the show, Dwalu, not a dime you getting. I'm not getting a dime. Fadiga, maybe, you know, we know that some of the lawmakers paying Fadiga to be on the show. We know that some people in the government gave me Fadiga something. He had a, my man, but you've told your own, let me turn that. Yeah, my man, what you interrupt?
I got something to say. Let me say something. I got something to rather say today. I'll take it off my chest.
But let me speak. Then you can speak. So if I really want to speak on this issue,
thank you, Dalo.
I really want to, but I will speak at the appropriate time. When it is all said and done, I'm going to speak. So, folks, just relax. You will hear the truth, nothing but the truth, so help God. And God is good. Okay? The friends from yesterday are enemies today. I accept it. You know, everybody that started Spoon Talk, some of them left because of their own reasoning. But we stay here. You're going to have new people. Fadiga will get a job in Europe that they will be paying $2,500. If they take out taxes, he will go home with $1,600, $1,500. I don't know what Fadiga leaving a job for $20,000 that he used to make in America to go accept a job for $1,500. That even the Prophet Key Marvin is not adding up. And so if Fadiga take that job, I would be surprised. Maybe Fadiga sacrificed him to take a pay cut, $18,000 a month pay cut, just because of the love of country. I want Liberian people to hear this. No, seriously. So what we're doing, our late cha-cha, before we start the show, I want to say welcome everybody. Hawa, Totiman, welcome, and everybody welcome. Yo, ask Fadiga. He going to do a $18,000 pay cut just for Mama Liberia. This guy is a nationalist. He's a pioneer. He's a J.J. Rao Fadiga. He loved the country so much that he agreed to leave Minnesota and live in Belacasa. And he got a bill of $11,000 that Ami Moda want him to pay. How can Ami Moda talk about a pay cut 40%, but he asked Fadiga to pay $11,000? Now, we even start the show here, folks. Don't blame me. We'll start the show, but I just want you guys to see something. I know my brother Paul Kennedy asked me what's Center going with this one. Ami Moda is here, and this is totally wrong. I know you guys will talk on it. This is just my 1 minute intro. Ami Moda saying, Mr. President, I want to be like you. I'm going to take a 40% pay cut. But you know this thing that fly, right? All of them will come up with their own pay cut, but on the gasoline money alone, that 40% can come from that. So Ami Moda say, I want to take a 40% pay cut. But yes, Fadiga, the men are speaking for the government. Even at Tabata, he will say it. But Ami Moda gave Fadiga a bill of $11,000. Somebody tell Ami Moda the 40% pay cut you're taking, can you just substitute it and let Fadiga live in your hotel for free? $11,000. Ami told Fadiga, if you don't pay, I got to kick you out. This is business. Barakasa. Fadiga is my brother. He a brother with the only two individuals in politics. I'm not talking about Reverend Martin and all the reverend that joined me in Florida. They went with me. They walk in our courthouse. People respected them. They stood by me. I love these guys. But Paul Kennedy, he is taking $18,000 pay cut. Just to, no. Don't do this to me. Let me deal with my brother Fadiga small. Do you know, Tuadu, you will not do this? $18,000 pay cut. Just to leave from Minnesota. His daughter crying, Daddy, when you coming back home? Daddy, I miss you. Daddy, I want to go to the mall. I heard Fadiga crying to the lady and said, I will soon be home. The hustle is real. I'm still hustling. The hustle is real. $18,000. Fadiga have not gotten a job. One green paper. How you gonna call the paper the president will give you? Green or yellow paper? I say, how you call it? Green or yellow? Which one the president will give you? Green, yellow, pink, red. Which color? We're not hearing you, my man. We're not hearing you. We're not hearing you. So my thing is that
the green letter, but Fadiga will get yellow. He will get yellow because he's not important.
It may even get pink yet. But folks, you know, we start the show yet. We got maybe 10 more minutes. Everybody will say that. I'll mind my business with a Fadiga came after me. Y'all telling me to stop. I came on the show, mind my business. Fadiga came after me. How can Amin Moda charge Fadiga 11,000? Fadiga have written Amos Tued and making 9,000 on fuel alone. He have written Mo Ali. He have written Steven Johnson, Chairman Tapper. He have written Mamaka Belete. He even went to the mansion and Mamaka kept him sitting for over 5 hours just to come and say, Fadiga, tired, let me tomorrow. I mean, what was the only person that defending Yellow Machine on the show that Fadiga? And you're treating Fadiga like that? For 7 months, prior to the election, after the election, almost a year, Fadiga didn't get a job. And Amin Moda, the former party chairman, gave Fadiga a bill of 11,000. Ellie Johnson, I'm telling you, 11,000. 11,000. Fadiga, this is my message to you. Let it go. Let your own way go. Sometimes in military, we say no retreat, no surrender. This time, I'm ordering you to retreat. When the battle is tough and the toughs go chopping, let it go, Fadiga. Drop your arm and run. Run. Oh, you can.
I admire Fadiga's patience. I won't lie to you.
But Kenny, don't make me laugh for. Fadiga, as a military man, they say when the going get tough, the tough sometimes go shopping. As your commander-in-chief of the Spoon Top military campaign, drop your arm. Retreat. Tell Prince Johnson, I'm asking you to retreat. Tell Harry Command, I'm asking you to retreat. Tell Roosevelt Johnson, I am asking you to retreat. Fadiga, drop it. Pack your bag, come back home.
Drop it and run.
Group USA SWD, they're not plow. If President Baka don't want to give you a job, let it go. If Mamaka and Grace may feel that they cannot trust you no more, let it go. It's time for us to tell this nation that they have lied to you, they fool you. Let it go, Fadiga. Leave your own with the Almighty God. God of heaven and the God of the earth will fight your battle for you. Fadiga, my dear brother, let it go. Ladies and gentlemen, that's my intro for tonight. And I hope you enjoy my open advice to my brother. Let it go. Come back home. Embrace your daughter. Hug her. Kiss her. Take her to the mall. Shopping the little money you got. Even if you don't have it, we will raise money. Listen, Nelson. Try. Let's raise some money for Fadiga. Put the cash up, Nelson. Let's get Fadiga money. Let him come back to America and let it go. It's not false. You have done it all. You have surrendered it all. And what's the problem? Let it go. President Bouaka don't need you in his government. Let it go. You will redeem yourself. They don't lie to you. You went to your office over and over. America lied to you. And everybody lied to you. Let it go, Fadiga. Don't imprison yourself in Belakasa. 2 master's degree. You have your own company. You make your own money. Let it go. Can you put the cash up real quick? Folks, if you're just joining us, we're going to raise a plane ticket money for Fadiga. I beg you, I don't do this usually. We want Fadiga to come back to base. But that's the important thing on that. We want Fadiga to come up base. We're going to raise a plane ticket money. We're going to talk to Amin Moda. We will call him and say, Amin, because Fadiga has sacrificed a lot. No, let it be rolling. We asking you, please waive that 11,000. Fadiga do not have 11,000 to pay. Just waive it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The last time me, you and Damo on the show, you say you must send you to some kind of trip. So when we go on the trip, when you come to show you explain everything happened on the trip.
No, Balu, in your weirdest dream, let me tell you now, when you're sleeping, you're dreaming. In your dream, you are experiencing something to stand on. You must wake yourself up from that dream. I'm telling you, the day you lay down dreaming and you don't stand on in that dream,
Yeah.
in your dream, you're explaining something to stand on.
No, wake up.
You must pinch yourself.
Oh,
Hey, what's up?
No, seriously. Let me say this. Dualu, this is me, right? If you're telling me something, and you say Stanton, it's just for you, don't say it, I won't say it.
Okay.
No, seriously.
You know how many times I tell you something? Before I even left Liberia, the whole country knew I was leaving Liberia. The flower going to come stay. When I was leaving, one flower coming home.
You can't even know who can tell you anything.
The terminal I was going to be in, everybody knew before I left Liberia. Fadiga, is this true or false? Have you reached your choking point now? Do you want us to rescue you? We can rescue you. I'm not working here, but at least I can send $500 your way.
We want you to share the show. I respect that, but the Cash App is up. We'll raise some money. We will talk to Ami to raise the 11,000. This is serious. God is my witness. I don't call God in easily. Ami built Fadiga. Almost 11,000 United States dollars.
I don't believe that.
I am so disturbed. The rescue people, he went to rescue. He rescued. President Bwaka won this election. We celebrated. Up to now, the president made a mistake, hired his brother instead of him because they are twins. When they went back to the president said, I thought I was hiring the man on spoon. So wait more. You can ask Jeremy Pierre. Jeremy Pierre still trying. It's not working. More Ali then would just take Fadiga to Bella Casa. They will eat, they will drink, and that's where it started. Nothing else. This is a man with 2 master's degrees, own his own company, has great experience when you talk about mental health. They can't find a place for him. Fadiga, let it go. Let it go, my brother. God is still good. He's still on the throne. He will find a way where there is no way. I prophesy in your life, but the power and authority vested in me, the good Lord will see you through.
Something wrong with that guy, my man.
They crew boy and the force.
My man, if they bought open church, you won't go down.
But actually, let me
It's not about open church. Let me see how much we're raising now. No, seriously, I beg you, I said though. I beg you, folks, this is serious. We need to raise money for Fadiga. It's not a joke. Fadiga have agreed to come and see his daughter before
Fadiga, is this true or false? Let's hear from you. Is this true or false?
Man, stop.
Because when Stanton asked me good morning, I got a low outside to know. Is this true or false?
Yeah, let a man talk.
No, but I need to ask the man. The man is my friend. Stanton talking about something about him. We need to know whether this is true or false.
Hello? Yeah, the phone line open, the cash out. Let's have few calls. I know you want to say something. Hello, very quick. What I mean? You laugh on spoon. My man, after a long day of work, we got to chill. But are you racing? Are you contributing? Because Mommy will be moderating tonight. So we're going to do that. Are you contributing to Fadiga trip back to the States?
I don't have a cash app.
But man, find somebody that can have cash app. But we get enough time back. Do it quick. The man got to come back.
Okay.
All right.
You will hear from me, sir.
Thank you. I mean, people will try to contribute. You contribute. Go ahead, Asido. Go ahead, Asido. This is very serious. I've been led by the Spirit to do this today. I usually don't do it, but the Spirit just hit me.
You're muted.
I said, unmute yourself. Unmute yourself, I said, unmute yourself.
I beg your headphone while you're on the show.
All right, Paul Kennedy, talk to us.
Yeah, but no, let me come on.
Yeah, go ahead.
So again, start to think about this. I've always said when it comes to young people, personally me, I got taste for young people. So I don't go against young people. No matter where we are, I try to be measured on that. Even my quality of disagreement don't go that route. And let's be fair, Fadiga has been one of the most consistent person on this platform every day. I've been through the same thing too. I was in America. I went to Liberia. We can talk all, but we know how it happens, and these things are frustrating. But to end, I know my man Fadiga, I never tasted the people money before, so it would be a good for better to taste it. Not bad thing. So that, but at least our people understand that coming here is only for them. Coming here, no, it's true. Coming here is only for the people. Fadiga could be doing something else, but he had to come here because the people need the information. So, and the last time we're here, they collected money, start on sending it to me. That's not on here. They collected money and say, start on the people keep all our CDC, the people still contributed. They send it to me, stand on right here. So, what a big deal. I think it's good, and I hope our people can contribute. Let the brother have fun too from here.
Thank you very much. Let's go to Paul Kennedy. Paul, talk to us. Welcome. Mame, after we're done, you would take the lead. You're moderating again. But we're here trying to raise some money for Fadiga trip back to the United States. It's not easy. I mean, Modad charging $11,000 for the time spent at Bele Casa. So let's just discuss the issue. Paul, talk to me seriously.
I can't say anything until I hear from Fadiga. I don't like to be a part of anything that is a scam. Listen,
who do scam here? That the people fast are scared?
No, let me tell you something.
No, but don't use the word scam. Don't use the word scam.
I will use scam if Fadiga does not say whether this thing is true or false.
Which one you want to know is that true? That they charging 11,000?
That they charging 11,000 and he's looking for ticket money to come. You two things. Fadiga said that right here.
But that's your problem. Paul Kennedy, I begin to deduce that that's a problem that you will now win at Senatorial City Bopadu. I begin to understand the way you can do your own politics. You will never win that seat if you continue like this.
Listen, I will never win if I will not be a part of trucking. So I will never win.
Okay, you say what you say. But I agree with you. Let's listen to Duadu and Conor Gray.
Let's listen to Fadiga. Fadiga is the worst.
No. Once you want to listen to Fadiga, wait. Let's listen to Duadu first. Fadiga will be the last.
No, I give my Conor Gray. I'm gonna be coming.
All right, Conor Gray, your own brother Fadiga, you want to come back to America? It's not easy. You got $11,000 bill from Bele Casa.
I'm pretty sure Mr. Modad is running a business, and if anybody lives in his hotel, he cannot foot the bill on behalf of his party. It was a gesture, a good gesture of him not even allowing to accrue this much debt. I think Fadiga well-being should have been squarely, placed on the head of the Unity Party because he did a good job. Let's face it.
I agree.
But I mean, Modad has all right to request him to pay his money. So if you stay out of making money for yourself this long, you're going to become a very poor guy. That Fadiga is leading to becoming a very poor man. And Stanton, kudos to you for your good heart. The sooner he calls it up, the better it will be for him. And I know sometimes our own ego sometimes can push us to say, you know what, I'm not going anywhere. It means surrendering. But I think it's about time to man. Look, every day that runs by, he's missing to put money in his pocket.
I can't believe Conor Gray is falling for this crap. Conor.
No, stop. Paul, stop. Paul, you spoke. Paul, it's not a crap. Let me say this. When we do something on this show here, we just don't do it because we feel like. We give Fadiga the time to speak. Everything I'm saying, right? Conor Gray, 1 minute. Yeah. Everything I'm saying, before we go into our talking point, I want you guys to share this show. Fadiga is a brother and friend, I will say over and over. Yeah. Unknown to me, he flew to Florida. He stood up in that court when they were looking for character witness. Fadiga and his brother spoke. They knew me only a few weeks, a few months. Yeah. But let me say this to you. When we're saying this thing, it's not because, listen, people are contributing already. Let me start calling the names. I will call your name if you want me to. People are contributing. We're raising a plane ticket. What if Fadiga coming on that? But it is important for us to know that when I heard that Bele Casa built Fadiga almost $11,000, man, I felt so bad. So let me, Mame, I know you're moderating again, Mame, but let's go back to Fadiga. It's all yours, Fadiga.
because I want to finish my thoughts. But
I'm
anyway.
sorry, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and every day people ask me for him because when he was there, he did a fabulous job with whatever profession he was in, and I'm still connected to that profession. People still ask me to utilize his skill. Man, why are you down there? Because you're gonna reduce yourself into a beggar. Definitely, I cannot live in a on square situation where I'm not able to provide for myself, let alone my family. I mean, definitely, I'm at my age, I can't afford to be that way. So the sooner Fadiga calls this out, look, I tell you what, if Fadiga calls it off today, that's the beginning of success for him. But look, politics is a dangerous game. It's just a big gamble. You find yourself in a vacuum. Look, when people win power, you don't have control over them anymore. Right now, they may think they don't need you, but eventually they'll start coming back to you, like how people coming back to Isaac Doe to run their PR, when he was not even a beneficiary, so to speak. I will not do that. My own edge and my own character or my own ego will not even allow me to do that. I will not succumb to those kinds of circumstances. So I hope my man will come today and start making money again. And instead of every now and then you knocking on either up legislator doors or you knocking on the London door, don't go there will get you peanuts. Come by and make your money. You got skills. They set you up.
20,000. 20,000 he was making. 20,000.
Yeah.
Thank you, Colonel Gray. So, but Mama, you want to chip in real quick before Fadiga finish this thing up, and we'll give you back the show to do what you do best.
Yeah, I mean, Fadiga situation in Liberia. I don't have the details about it, but I know before leaving from here, he told me, "Man, I want to move back home." I mean, I live all the time in America. Yeah, I want to move back home. The first question I asked him was, "Do you have a business running back home to be operating while you're there?" He said, "No, man. I mean, I got one or two things. I'm moving my cars and everything." So I said, "Okay, but then wish you good luck with that." To hear that he's waiting to get a job that is not forthcoming and bills for accommodation is piling up on him, I will wait to hear him, but I will also wish that he can solve the problem, get a job, satisfy a desire to move back home. That was a tough decision. To just move back home, it's tough. So Fadiga, is up to you. You stay back home or you coming back here? Stay
Fadiga,
committed.
it's all yours. We're going to
You stay committed. You stay committed to die a pledge to stay home, or you want to come back? Where are we?
Well, let me
No,
say
first of
this.
all, I know Fadiga want to speak. A lot of people asking whether the Better Casa built to Fadiga is a true story. Fadiga, we are live. You can say I'm lying. You can say I'm telling the truth, but tell the Liberian people, have you been charged by Better Casa? I'm not going to say I mean.
I do have bill at Bella Casa.
You hear Paul Kennedy? Yeah.
But I do have bill at Bella Casa. It's not free, but I mean, Web has been very generous to us since we've been here. And I mean, we had some gentlemen conversation, and they've been very nice to us. I don't want to go into the details of the arrangement, but yes, it is true that I do have some bills here. But we have some arrangement. But I will say this: a lot of people don't, putting joke aside. A lot of people, when we joined this rescue train sometime last year to rescue this country, a lot of us took it seriously. We were just tired, like many other Liberians who wanted to see change in this country, and I still believe that. I supported President Boykai in 2017. For some reason, we separated, and then I came back to the rescue train, and I still hold true to that mission. Coming to Liberia, it's hard. But when you hear people say, "Oh, you're desperate," you're one kind of. I didn't leave like America when I didn't struggle for work. When I say I made money, I was making a lot of money. I was at the pinnacle of my career when I left for America. So it was love for country that brought me when I decided to leave to come to this country. But I will say this, and I don't want people to think that Sendo says some truth. Some of them I know he just embellishing it. But the fact is, I didn't come here because for personal gain. I've not gotten no money from the Unity Party, and I've not really asked for any assistance from the Unity Party or this government. I've been living on my own funds from the US since I came here. So everything that I come here and say and come here is just based on passion and love for the country and believing that this government will work for the Liberian people. I've not taken no money, not even a dime. What was the drink from the government? So sometimes I hear people in the comment section, "Oh, you want job, you want this," that. No, it's not because of that. We are all motivated by different things in life. I'll be 47 years old this year. What do I look for now? I made money. I've traveled almost every continent on earth besides Antarctica. I flew business class, first class, one places. At some point, you want to leave a legacy. You want to give something back. I think I've reached to that point. Some people think it's too early. Some people wait until they're old to do it. But I believe at this time, the Liberia that we want, we have to make the sacrifice. This country is brain drained. This country is lacking a lot of things. It would take the entire Liberian diaspora to come here to change this country. One person can do it. The mindset here is different. And I've used this as a learning experience for me. Going every day, meeting people, talking to people, so when people are like, "Oh, well, you is a man." Yes, it's hard to live here. It's not easy living in Liberia. The country is very expensive. Even money we didn't spend in America, we spend here a lot. It's very expensive. The gasoline, I'm not used to the heat, so we have to be in an air-conditioned place most of the time. I almost died when I came back because of that. I think I had a falciparum malaria, so I tend to avoid places that have mosquitoes. So it's a different thing, especially when you live for out of the country for a long time. But it's something that I thought of. I know Remy tried to talk me out of it. There were a lot of companies, even if I don't decide my own things that were running, there were a lot of companies running after me. Even now, I still got clients that want me to work for them. They are very good at what I did. But I thought that I would come back to really serve this country. And sometimes it gets discouraging, sometimes, but the easiest thing to do is to get discouraged and move back to America. Then what do we benefit? What kind of Liberia will come back, like the former president said, when the capable now allow around those that are available, we will steal the show. So a lot of us need to make that sacrifice. I know it's hard to leave America to come here. Children, yes, Stendo says it's true. My daughter do miss me. She calls me every day. She wants to see me. This is the longest I've been away from her. 5, 6 months. This is the longest I've been out of the US actually. But it's both a teachable moment, it's both a learning experience because you don't know this country when you live in the diaspora. You have to actually live here for a significant number of time to actually understand what is going on here, understand the new culture that have been formulated here, and understand the way our people think, what motivates them, what excites them. So my view has changed on a lot of things. My perception have changed. But as far as something, so when you guys see me come here, it's just because of love for country. It's not because I want money for myself or I'm being paid. Nobody has paid me for what I do here. It's that mission that we promised to rescue this country, and I joined, and I made that vow to myself and my family that we should change this country, and I still hold true to that mission. That what motivates me to come here every day, spend all the time here, talk about the government, speak for what I believe in, and that's my truth. No, it's not financially induced. Yeah. What I do here is purely something. And there are some things that can be discouraging. There are some things that I like. There are some things that I wish we could have done differently. But everybody that know me and everybody that have known me over the years know that I can be very vocal. I just have learned that if you want to get things done, you have to be patient, you have to persevere, you have to be able to build consensus, and you have to be able to meet people halfway. When that time comes, when things is not going, I'm not a blind loyalist. Yeah,
Thank
if
you,
people
Fadiga.
have
Thank
been
you.
with me for years, you will know that we are not blind loyalists. If I do see things going in one direction that is not that doesn't align with my values, but for now, we still believe in this administration, and I want to continue doing whatever I can do in a weak way, helping people here. Look, let me close on this.
Yeah,
Look,
close, Fadiga, close. So
wake
don't,
up in the morning.
Fadiga, just wrap it up. So
Yeah,
don't
let me
leave the
wrap it
whole.
up. We woke up in the morning, uh, 10, 20 calls. The other day, sent up, put my number up. Do you know how many calls? Over 200 calls. People with different problems. I'll get to sit there and listen to people explain the problem. The other lady, I got 2 children. People are hurting in this country. And I just pray that this administration that we all struggle to bring to power do not lose sight of the most important thing that we fought for the Liberian people.
Wow, Fadiga, thank you very much. You see, sometimes we come on the show, we don't know how we start the show, and because we are not scripted. But I've been thinking about this for a very long time, Ami, that, at some point in life, we just got to speak truth to power. Indeed, Fadiga sacrifice, yeah, brother. Seriously, when you're in America and you know what you're doing, trust me, you make a good money. Uh, Whenever I go to Liberia, guys, I spend the longest will be 6 days. 6 days. I don't do past 6 days. The 7th day, I'm out. You can ask anybody because sometimes that heat, the mosquito, you're not eating right. So I give it up to folks that go to Liberia. It's not an easy thing, especially some of you guys that stay there for a month, 2 months, 3 months. I don't know. If that time will come that I will ever stay there that long. 1 week is enough for me, in and out. So I give it to you guys. I hope to listen. The Cash App issue, yes, indeed. Any money we raise today, I will send it to Fadiga. He can direct me where he want it. I'm very serious on this one. And I know that Ami Moda and his beautiful wife will reconsider the bill they gave Fadiga. I saw the paper. It's true. It's a huge bill, almost $11,000. And I hope that the party and the government can step in because I don't think it will be fine. It's in the right direction for Fadiga to be paying. I know I'm into business, of course, like on a great said, but $11,000, bro, it's not a small change. So we hope that you can contribute. That we contribute. Mame, it's all up to you. You did extremely well yesterday. The people asked that you moderate again today. What would take the back seat because I got a cold. But when I stop in from speaking, and I want to say it's on to you, Mame. Let's do
Thank
this.
you, Stan. Just be in the background. We can always ask you to, come in and intervene. We know the extent to which, you can inspire the conversation, and motivate people to say things. You can go further and ask hard questions and demand answers. Sometimes some of the questions you ask, the answer can generate concerns, like the one coming to ask you to put up. So put that video, let's start off with that. How you ask questions and how do questions, lead to issues. Yesterday, we had a very good conversation here about the park. The former minister, Chokon, came on. The conversation was focused around the agreement, the terms and conditions in the agreement. He said he didn't know about the agreement, so I opted not to ask him, saying he didn't know about it. But he decided to speak about the history of the project, how it started and all those stuff. I never had interest in that, had interest in the agreement. But he said some things here, and we managed to put out the facts that contradict what he said or create room for more investigation.
Can you just continue small? He's uploading all the video you said. So just give it the 2 minutes, please.
In April, and there's this whole thing about secrecy. There's this whole thing about double dealings that we need to investigate and get logical conclusion on. He came in April on the scene show and said the park, that park, the invisible park, the cost of the park was 2 million. That's what he said. The video will come up. You will listen to it. In April, that was getting close to the election. He also said that George Weah contributed 60% of that amount from his pocket in April. He said that. And that 60% was around 1.2 million in April. Election ended. George Weah get his set back. Chokon comes back on the show and said George Weah only contributed 200,000 and gave him Chokon that money to go and do the park. Whether it was through check, whether it was cash money that Weah gave him, we didn't ask about that. But we're concerned that 1 year and a half ago, you told us this man contributed 65% of 2 million to build a park. You come back today and you're telling us that he contributed 200,000 and gave it to you. But when you later on realized that you could not, the 200,000 could not build a park, you went to NASCOP, you went to MPA, you went to Maritime. Those are the institutions you listed. We got a video to put up to tell you what he said, but to also tell you that in the budget, the invisible park, President Weah made his intention, he expressed his intention and included the invisible park in the national budget. It's there, the budget codes are there. That is an expression of intent to fund the park through the budget. He did it. Start on the video, ready?
Nelson, you got the video?
It will be uploaded shortly. It's loading.
Doing that is not anything personal. It's just because.
Yeah, but can you get a view of the guys while we upload the video?
I mean, nothing personal. The network came out with the story. We had a discussion. He came. He said no, it was 200,000, but we have record to show that he said it was 65% of 2 million. So I mean, let's start with Paul Kennedy.
Yep. Thank you, Mame. Good evening to our viewers all around the world. Good evening to my fellow panelists. I mean, as the door, you look really sharp today, my man. What, you got interview going on? But we are privileged to always be here. And Mame, I agree with you that we as Liberians need to ask these hard questions. You know, because when public officials stand up to say, I am taking upon myself to do this, and come to find out that taking upon self is a line of budget item, then there's a question coming in there. I still hold my position. I think the park is an ingenious thing that happened in Liberia. You know, that park we should celebrate that park. You know, it helps to alleviate some of the recreational challenges we have in Liberia, and beginning with Monrovia, which is the capital. In fact, in my comment yesterday, I said I wish they would be able to extend it outside of Monrovia to other counties so that people begin to benefit the same kind of recreational opportunities they have in Montserrado, in Nima, in Bapolu, in other places. But we are looking forward today to see the video and to get additional information so that we can be able to query them to see where the fights lie, you know, to enable us to make a final decision. But I'm very glad to be on the show, and I want to thank you for giving me the privilege to be here.
Thank you, Paul. Dwalu?
Yeah, look, I mean, the evidence will come up. We know the truth. You know, some of the guys in the thread saying they think it's hurting Mohammed. No, our job is to bring you the truth. If I told a lie and there is a video to the contrary, I think it's just fitting that we present that video to the public. Look, Liberian people, you got to understand something. Your officials cannot use your money and claim that it is their money. It is not just illegal, it's criminal in nature. You cannot continue to be like this as a society. There is nothing wrong when somebody in government gives money to an entity here and there. I got no qualms about it. But when you're a senator, you're president of the republic, and you actually have the country's money in your hand, and then you go around and you lie blatantly to the people, in most serious country, that calls for, it's a serious crime. It's a serious thing against that official. But in Liberia, we say, well, at least a man be the part. You cannot use at least to diminish yourselves. The president has to be held to the highest standard. And no, I would never be equal to the president. He's the president. He has a privileged position. It's not about equal. And when you criticize something, it doesn't mean, oh, people say yesterday, oh, Dwight, you can live with a man. You can do that. That's not the point. That's not the point. That means MSNBC or Fox News cannot criticize Biden. We have to get beyond this thing where we believe our officials are demagogues because they give us a job or because they throw $20 our way. They have to do the people's bidding because they swore an oath to uphold the Constitution and serve the Republic. And we got to hold them to that. Remember?
Thank you. Thank you, Dwalu. Let's go to Fadiga. From Fadiga, we'll come to Isaac. From Isaac, we'll go to Conor Remy. From Conor Remy.
Well, I'm kind of confused, though. I'm sorry to interrupt. Are we back on this park issue again?
No, just some evidence.
It's just an intro to the discussion. So, Fadiga, just briefly, man, we'll pull it up and just move forward. Just briefly.
Yeah, so I listened to the other video, but I knew because the person that gave me that information yesterday about the 175,000 that was alleged that the president gave was a seditious, was not even anybody else. And we did some research too, and we were able to find it. This goes along with the long list of vain political manipulation that the CDC used over the years. They were not doing any feasibility study. They wanted to present this president as being very generous in that he was spending his own money. So they abused government money to build political capital, something that our constitution frowned on, but they didn't care. So all this was an attempt, because if you watch that video, first he gave the story didn't add up. And if he had 2 million already, what became of his other 200 or 175,000? But we all know that it was just a lie. The same thing with I supported Lone Star for all those years. I spent the money when there was evidence that all the money given to Lone Star were reimbursed. So just continuation of the scam. The scammers.
Thank you. Conrad?
So I'm trying to wrap my head around the argument.
Oh no, sorry, Conrad, not you. Sorry. I jumped over corporate executive as it do.
Well, so I don't know. Why are we wasting our time on PAC again? We don't have nothing happening in the country today. After Chokon came here yesterday and beat people with this whole PAC issue, he flogged people, he dismantled this thing, he threw in the trash bin. People went to places and looking for information all around and come here again to waste our time. Nothing happening in Liberia now. We should only talk about everything that happened in 2022. So everything good in the country now, no problem. I thought why we wasting our time on this here? So when we finish again, when Chokon come out again and beat us again, then someone will go for teaching class again, someone and come back again.
But mommy, I would assume that Isaac got nothing to say. But let me say something about the park.
No, but Conor, you can't do that. I said speaking, Conor.
Yeah,
you're trying to flag the issue. The issue
but the man entitled to the issue. The park is the issue. Don't interrupt the show. The man is
He doesn't want to speak about it.
No, Conor Gray, the brother entitled to his term to use it as he please. Please respect that.
George, we are anywhere talking about PAC. George, we are better part of people that enjoying on it. He get time about it. Okay, he get no money, he gets $0. So what the issue? I thought we should be talking about what's going on in the country. George, we are in America, he's going to Ghana. He talking about PAC, where how PAC can how it go. He get time for it. So why we can't someone go learn we talk about PAC for the whole year, man? Let's talk about Liberia. What is that right now? We got yellow machine. We got plenty of things. Chokon came yesterday. He said, Joe, we are get initial. Someone who can comprehend initial mean first. There could possibly be other, but initial mean anything. So, okay, Joe ain't have nobody. Okay, so what? This is a waste of time. Let's go to things that happen in the country.
Thank you,
Isaac. Everything you want to do is to talk about Joe every day, man.
Thank you, Isaac.
Thank
you, Isaac. You make a strong point. We go to Conor Remy Gray. You made a strong point.
Well, like I said, from the get-go, the Ministry of State probably should not have been the agency of government to spearhead that initiative. But we all have come here in the past and agreed that the park initiative was a great one, because anything that has to do with recreation, sports, tend to soften the life of our people, amusement. But where I'm confused is the president claiming those parks to be his private property, built on public land? Or if that is not the case, why should this be an issue by now? That I heard Mr. Chokon Hui was talking about who manages the park. That should be left with the municipal government to decide. Not unless he was wrapped into a piece of agreement that eventually will revert to the city. You understand? That's the only discussion I want to entertain. But why are we even concerned about George Weah's contribution to the process? How much money he put there? Kudos to him if he put his own private money there. But this is public ownership, not for him. Unless he's claiming it to be his, then we have a case here to talk about. But otherwise, I could care less how much he contributed. I'm only concerned about the park and the good it's doing for the people of our country. And that's what we should be talking about, in my opinion. But if people want to prove a point that he put government money there, not his private money, look, I don't care if you make the case again. 2023 has voted Mr. Weah out. So no amount of strategy will bring 2023 back and revert power to him. Maybe he should just galvanize for 2029 and come back to see if he can run and acquire power. Otherwise, man, like Isaac said, we got a lot of things to talk about, my brother. Thank you.
Thank you. Uncle Sam.
Thank you very much, panelists and audience. I had some personal things I had to do, so I got here late. I'm very sorry, but I'm really disgusted that we continue to happen an issue in all its banalities. I spoke to President Weah this morning. I mean, he was very concerned that people will use this public airwave to denigrate him for building two fantastic public parks for the people of Liberia. Well, this is a guy who has done so much for this country. And I disagree with President Weah in the initial stages. And it was only when the CPP disintegrated that I endorsed him in 2021, because I thought the CPP was just a bunch of power gravy seekers. And one of them won. And you see how the country is going on. But I mean, this guy, world best, African best, European best, Ballon d'Or, and he's a Puerto Lone star. If he got reimbursed, okay, he may have had some issues. He rose to the presidency. He did an extremely good job in the presidency. He made a lot of mistakes, like any other president. And this country is very, very difficult to manage, as we are seeing now. Nobody has a magic wand. But the people voted him out because they felt that it was a choice between President Boyka, a rescue team, and this man. Boyka won, governed. Why are you rehashing old wounds about who built the park, who didn't build the park? The park that is contributing immensely to the recreation and the psychosocial health of the young people of Monrovia, where 70% of these people live in slums. We should be, thanking President Weah. We did a fantastic job yesterday demolishing the notion by Mame and others that this is a criminal enterprise. Colonel Gray, the park does not belong to George Weah. The park belongs to the city of Monrovia. The Monrovia City Corporation runs the park, and they get a management contract. If you have an issue with the management contract, John Sherrill Shafa is not mayor. Go to court. Get out of this contract. But don't try to litigate this matter here consecutive days. I mean, don't cut me off. Consecutive days. What you're doing is really not is not a good. This is not a good public discourse. This is an attempt to transmogrify a man who did reasonably well for this country. No matter whether you did, and President, we are not have a lot of differences. But on this particular on this particular issue, the president did a good job of building this park, and the park is a pleasant eye, what do you call it, eye candy to the city of Monrovia. The parks are. Leave it alone. Stop it.
It's okay. Let's move forward. So, Stanton, before you put it,
I gotta talk now. I have not said anything, right?
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Thank you. Let me say this. It's very important that I speak to this. I know I'm going to play your video whenever you're ready. You, the moderator, I respect you, and I hope we all can respect when you say stop. Let's say stop. We have to stop to move on. We got a lot to discuss today. Tomorrow, the House of Representatives will be hosting. They have invited Sylvester Grisby, Mama Kability, and the rest of them on this yellow machine. Big news. We'll see the work of Fonati Kofa. Big news. We'll see who are on, who are for or against. We'll listen to Yeke Koruba. We'll listen to the rest of them. Say Yeke Koruba is crazy. We want to listen to him. J. Marvin Cole, Dixon Sibo, Richard Kuhn, Musa Ability, Thomas Falah, every one of them. Got a lot to discuss today. Am I here talking about Park? I know that's your show, Mommy. I respect that. We got to respect each other. Let me ask you guys a question. Let me be serious.
No,
I agree. In my time finished, I know when we take in a position, you love to interrupt us when it is not favoring you. So your moderator will beat on you today too. Now let me say this. Is the park a good thing in our country? Has the park transformed the life of the Liberian people socially?
That's not an argument, Stanton. That's not an
You
argument.
are going to interrupt my time.
Give the man a chance.
If you don't want me on the show, I can go warm my collard green
Go ahead.
and eat it.
Leave.
How many minutes do I have? I want somebody to tell me.
You have
Because
10.
Mame and Fadiga will play this
Mame
game.
told me to look at the
How
time.
many minutes do I have? How many minutes? I want to
I
talk.
said to look at the time for you.
All right.
Because you're
I
just
said don't look at the
interrupted
time for
Simon
you.
Jackson.
What's
You're
the
just
rest of
interrupted Simon Jackson. You're interrupted Isido. Even if we beat on George Manawiya, the former president, I did. I beat on him. If you look on George Manawiya back, he got a scar. That's his spoon. It's on his back. But is this part a good thing for our country? Yes or no, Fadiga? It said, don't tell me no other reason. Is this part has transformed the social life of our people? Yes or no, Fadiga?
No.
No.
Okay, now you're
has it transformed the social life of our people?
You get your time to speak.
Hey, God. Okay, you don't want me to ask question. Yes. I know you guys don't want me to ask question.
Yeah.
You ask Liberian today. Number one, they are not paying a dime to go to the park. Except you want to have your wedding program, you want to have your church program, you must pay. We do the same thing here in America. Let's be fair.
But which park people can pay to walk in?
But brother, you say I get my time now. But brother, you say I get my time. So what's our argument here? Our argument say Joe Manawiya contributed, but he didn't contribute. Can we move on? We, the government in power today, can we go now to investigate? Can we ask John, the city mayor, investigate whether this company paying the right dues? Whether the people that have been hired are taking pay? Whether the pipe maintenance is unique? Can John, right now, the city mayor, take the initiative, come on the radio and say President Weah is wrong. He's taking money for all the park that he built. Can he do that? Can we stop wasting the Liberian people time tonight that want to know about yellow machine? Can we stop wasting the Liberian people time tonight? My dear brother and friend Mame, in whom I'm well pleased. Can we talk about this? What is going on with the 6.2 million prop of the FIA? Who is holding that investigation back? Honor the Joseph Yiman Bwaka government.
Can we speak to this? No. You want me to finish to talk? Can we speak?
I said,
the reason why.
I said, how many minutes left?
Can we speak to the reason why?
We got 1 minute, nothing second.
Finance Minister resignation. Can we speak to this? Can we speak to the reason why? For the Tikofa and the House of Representatives calling on the President Chief of Staff, not I must remind you, Sylvester Grisby and the yellow woman, Mama Kabirete, for bringing in yellow machine and keeping it at the barring the BTC. Can we speak to that? Can we stop wasting the Liberian people time? You have all right to investigate the past government. You have all right to call Chokonkwi. You have all right to do anything you want to do. Go ahead and do it, but let's have a good show tonight. I'm done with Park. I give kudos to former President George Banawea when he built that park. I send the guys over there in the cool of the evening when the sun is setting, a beautiful landscape. A beautiful park. It reminds me when I used to go to Miami, when I used to go to Florida and enjoy walking on those beaches. I said, yes, if President had done nothing in his legacy, first term legacy, give it to George Banawea. That was a beautiful park. And I'm done. I'm gonna want my category. If you want me to play a video,
play the video.
Please wait. Before you play the video,
if you want me to play a video, I'll play a video. But let's talk about the issue of today.
1 minute. You see,
you're not going to take side when the president did something. Listen, the president did some bad things to talk about it. But at least compliment him.
1 minute.
Because of part of
I'll read the mail.
My time is
I'll read the mail. But on a serious note, on a very, very serious note, when all of you spoke, I don't know whether you were listening to yourself well. Oh, the people like the park, so no need to ask. Oh, the people like the park, they're enjoying it. You open the line and ask them whether they like it. They like it, so no need to investigate. That's how you think. That's how you feel. But when you come to yellow machine, you say, no, the people like it, but we need to investigate. Oh, the people like it, but we need to investigate. I am consistent. The people like yellow machine.
Man, apples and oranges, man. Apples and oranges.
They are even close. Apples and oranges are close.
I see.
The mommy water and yellow machine.
Gentlemen, please give me a chance to talk. I give you all the time. When you talk about park and you want to establish the criminality that was associated with how it was constructed, you say, no, let's leave it, the people enjoying it, so no need to talk. When a minister came here and told you that this park was constructed by 200 or 187,000 from George Weah first,
that's a lie.
Before NASCOP,
he didn't say so. That's a lie.
Do not interrupt the moderator. I beg you, Asido, please.
We'll play the video. We'll play audio from yesterday.
Yeah, he didn't say so.
Asido, stop now. I beg you, my man. Don't do this back. I beg you.
So when a minister comes here and tells you that George Weah paid him the first sum of money, 200 or 187,000, whatever the value is, to construct the park, and later on they realized that the money was small. They went to NASCOP, they went to MPA, they went to Maritime. But this same man told you that Weah spent up to $1.2 million of his own money on the park, April 2022. He said the park was $2 million, and Weah spent 65% of the amount from himself.
Mame, information. Can I come in, please?
I come in again. You play the video.
Information. You always do information. Can I get 10 seconds, please?
No problem.
Thank you.
So we need to go forward.
Yeah, we have over 6,000 people watching right now. Go on the Spoon Alone page and see how many people rather listen to us. Mame, 2024, July 10. Who is in power? Which government? Yeah, I'm asking you.
No.
Which government in power? Mame, do not. Information denied.
Let me learn. So, point is, we adjudicated the contract here yesterday. We're done with that. We're not discussing contract. The contract was awarded to a company for 20 years. The people are paying fees to use the park. The fees are established. One set of fee, 100% go to the contractor. Another set of fee, 30% go to the 30% go to the country, 70% go to the contractor. We did that. Chokonkwi's statement that we have contributed 200,000 or 175,000, whatever the figure is, was the contradiction that we needed to expose. Please play the video of Chokon saying we are spent 65% of the 2 million that were constructed, that contradicted his statement that we have spent only 200,000. But more than that, also play the part, show the record that part was placed in the national budget. Listen first.
So which one you want the producer to do?
Put the budget off first. The budget code. Put it off first.
Okay.
Let people see.
All right, the budget, okay.
Yeah. Invisible Park. Budget code 0720. 500,000. 2022. 2023 projected 400,000. Close it.
All right, let me announce real quick. We'll be bringing in Abdullah Kiatamba. He want to contribute tonight. All right, so we'll bring in. Go ahead.
That was an expression of the president's intent to put the part in the budget. Clear. No force. Play the video.
All right, so we're finished with the budget, right?
Yeah, play the
Abdullah,
video.
let's welcome you. Mamba is moderating. He will get to you. It's good to have you on Spoon. Abdullah is my co-host on one-on-one with the CEO. On one-on-one with the CEO. All right, you want me to play this video?
Who project is this? Is it a governmental project? Where the money came from to carry the 2 million items? You guys got the money?
But I think for the general public, because we've been saying this, I think it was even said in the State of the Union, or what we would say, the honor message. This is the president's project. However, we have had funding coming from, also help coming from NASCOP, NPA, and Maritime. So those are the three institutions that are helped out financially while we were constructing. But this project falls under the president because he feels that this is a field that have done so much for him, and is a way of giving back to the community.
You said a president project, but the funds never came from the president.
No. The president funded this project 60%, and the rest of the funding came from those three institutions. That's why I say additional funding came from those people.
It's okay, Stephen.
So personally, the president put 60.
That's it. Thank you. The facts that we wanted to show. This video and the statement has now initiated an investigation of the different sources of funding to the park. That's why it is important. And in the next couple of months, you will see a report on how many money left from public corporations and went into the name of building parks, and how much money people took out of that process. That's why we try to establish. Don't come here and say people happy. We agree people happy.
All right, so let me give me 1 second.
All right, Tom.
Let
me repeat it.
Yeah, give me 1 second. Just 1 second.
So now what we try to establish here, we discuss the contract, we talk about the history of the contract, of the construction of the project. It's established. He said 65% of the 2 million. A few days ago, he said 200,000 or 178,000. But more than that, the budget expressed the president's intention to fund the park through the budget. We wanted to say that. Kiatamba, you are welcome.
Yeah, can I get 1 second?
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Let me give you 1 second to talk. Go ahead, Azim.
Yeah, thank you. Again, I will come back to the same point that we should be serious here. You don't sound like a serious man today. Number one, you can't go and investigate dollars they don't money that you're saying you're giving.
Let's go.
You just recognized it. No, but you cannot interrupt it. You gave me the time to speak. Let me speak.
Let me end. The first thing, you show a draft budget. There's not what to discuss budget. In 2024, you are discussing budget. You discuss the outcome of budget. You're going to come and bring up projections from 2022. Look for the outcome and tell what it says. And besides, even if George Weah said he gave $2 billion of his personal money and he only gave $1, so what? If they don't say he gave me 200,000 and he get $10, so what? So why you wasting our time on serious things here?
Thank you. Kiatama. Even though you came on the show,
Can you guys hear me?
Even though you came on the
Can you
show,
hear me?
even though you came on the show, all the concern of the moderator start on just sneak you in, but go ahead. You know you're my man.
Well, first of all, thank you guys. I'm listening to the show. I'm enjoying the show. But here's what I'll say. The issue is more than it's not. I don't think we should dismiss the issue as insignificant. The fact that you hosted Trokokwi, you elevated the issue already. And when you elevate the issue, you pick public interest. When you pick public interest, you don't dismiss the public interest. That's being insensitive. Beyond that, this issue is transferable to the governance of the current administration because this park is still being used. If we don't understand the issue of sustainability, how do we sustain them? Is the process, the foundation of this park is weak, the park cannot be sustained over time. We do agree that yes, it is helping, it is addressing the issue of recreation. Young people are going there. I live close to the park on the ATS. So I see the flood of massive human wave going in and out. That's fine. But the issue is if Trokop will make a statement that is questionable, that will also that will undermine the sustainability of the park, we should raise the issue. We cannot be talking about yellow machine, the circumstances, and we ignore this. No, it is part of overall governance because even the contract, who was the contract? Is it a backdoor channel that the money that was donated will be repaid through this contract? What is this business organization that takes 70%? 70%. When the government is not taking more, because the more the government had, it addresses the issue of sustainability. So I agree with him. I mean, hold your ground. Do not be moved and bamboozled by Stanton, Waterspoon, Isaac Doe. Do not allow them to intimidate you. This issue is significant. I do know Stanton sent a Tomalin George, Ben Salvi paid their way to that event. I recognize that. But we cannot allow this to fly because Isaac Doe has texted Stanton Waterspoon behind the scene to kill the issue, so it should die. We should massively resist. There's two combination of forces on the shore and make sure the issue does not die. Because issue is basically saying the sustainability, the longevity of this park is at will. That is my point.
Thank you, Kiatama.
Kiatama, you are lost.
We'll move
to
the next topic. Kiatama, I mean, you see my comportment. I mean,
that's ethnic. That's not.
Kiatama, go and listen to the clip. You keep always.
Mama, you gotta be forceful. They guys know.
Yeah, maybe you need to give me. No, for me, I don't talk too much. You need to give me the authority to mute people. Then we can move fast.
I mean, use the leverage of the gavel. Use the leverage of the gavel. Put down your gavel. Don't be no. Stand on control. Now the center allow you to do your job, but you say you weak. You getting weak. Get strong.
Is Stanton 10 fool and give the authority to Mame? The first person they'll kick out will be his Stanton. Let him try it.
And you know what? They were beating on Fadiga yesterday for nothing. They were just beating on Fadiga for nothing.
Kiatama, you and I can't take over this. Move on. This is not Sunday. This is not your Sunday show. Please. But I disagree with Kiatama. He made mention of my name, Mame. I disagree with Kiatama. My argument, I know, but let me.
We'll talk on Sunday. We'll talk on Sunday.
Kiatama accused Mame of being weak. Kiatama, you can't do that to our moderator.
We'll talk on Sunday.
No, I say he appear weak. Not weak, appear.
There is a growing concern in the country. There is a growing concern in the country about people stepping on other reports.
Okay.
People close to the president, people with power and authority, using it to compromise with people who allegedly committed financial crimes. You say, oh, I heard your name. One other report, it says something like 250,000. You go behind the door, you talk to them, they put some 50,000 in your hand, you strangulate and step on the audit report. That is issue of concern. Stanton, we'll start with you. What are you hearing about the FIA report? What are you hearing about the report? What are you hearing about the LTA report? What are you hearing?
Again, thank you very much, Mame. A lot of stuff, and I put this up. All right. US 6.2 million prop of FIA for purchase at LDCC. Why? Why LDCC not completing their investigation? Why all the audit report, the central bank, the LTA, recently, like last week, finance ministry said we're going to audit. Bye-bye, Minister Boama Kamara. See you. Good night. Immediately he wrote the letter, said we're going to audit. He gone. Who's stepping on all these different audits report? The people that doing the GSE that carry on audit, they are frustrated. I'm hearing that they are totally angry because Sylvester Grisby is holding on to those reports and preventing the release of everything. We received a letter today from Israel Akasaya asking the acting commissioner chair. There you have it. Dear Mr. Kamara, as per the directive of the president, communication in my suspension letter, I write to request if you have received any communication that requires an action on the special investigation audit done by the GSC. They're still waiting for this report. Kamara, he doesn't have it. Israel can find it. They are all suspended, forced to resign, some of them. But we're moving to government. We got another one from Central Bank. They are asking the Central Bank folks not to comply. Not to comply. I'm going to upload it. And not to follow through with any question from GSC. So GSC is in stagnation. They cannot move forward. They cannot give you no report, comprehensive report. Auditors are mad. They are angry. They have written the Justice Department through the LDCC as to why they are not moving with the investigation. I just put up the FIA. Who's stepping on these reports? And this may surprise you if we bring forth all the documents we have received. Now, allow me to end on this. Give me just 10 seconds. I beg you. I'm trying to upload this one, but you cut me off. I thought we were doing the other conversation. The LTA, I make mention, the FIA, NAFA. A huge report came out of NAFA. Why it's not going through? The relationship with Sylvester Grisby. FIA, Jefferson Campbell, and Sylvester Grisby. LTA, what is happening? We have all these documents coming to us. People are complaining. Why is Sylvester Grisby stepping on those reports? I'm going to give it back to you, Mommy, as I try to upload some of this information for people.
Mr. Jefferson Campbell, why is it mentioned?
Jefferson, I'll come to you.
I say what I have to say. Y'all say, yo, I want to upload some document. The relationship with Sylvester Grisby, the reason why this Sylvester Grisby is stepping on all the other reports. Remember that the same Sylvester Grisby woke up one morning and said, we'll decommission the NSA audit. It wasn't strange. We got the document. You remember that? Let's go ahead, Mambe. I give it back to you.
The Southeastern Connection?
Fadiga.
I believe so, Ed. I believe so.
Let me, Fadiga. Other reports, investigation. The FIA is just simple, clear. It's stuck in the mud. Cars are not sticking in the mud, but other reports are sticking in the mud. What do you have to say?
Mohammed, there is a culture on this ground that people collude when it comes to defrauding government. There is this on collaboration with individuals to not get things done. That is some of the things that I've observed after being here for some time. But notwithstanding, if there is any devil, I know it's always in the detail. We do not have enough facts to believe that Grisby or anybody did any of those things. I do not have the facts. If you guys can prevent it, probably my opinion might change. What I do know for a fact is that there are a lot of misinformation out there. People speculate, people bring up throw a bunch of windows, and sometimes the facts get buried somewhere in there. So we have to be very mindful. I am also concerned that things are not moving as fast as some of us want. Remember, we won this election on drugs and accountability. We wanted to make sure that we hold people accountable so that it serves as deterrent for even we that have just come in, taking over governance in Liberia. That is not happening as fast enough. They are giving different stories with the different auditor and even the panel that were constituted by the president. We hope that they move fast enough, because the slower pace they take, it create these doubt, and people will start to speculate and bring up a lot of different things. So based on that, I think, I don't know what to believe. Show me the facts, and then I'll make an informed decision. But I do not have any reason to believe that it is Grisby or the somewhere in the executive somebody installing things. I do not have any reason to believe that for now.
Thank you.
Until you can show me some document, yeah.
Thank you. The documents will come. Paul Kennedy, actually, I will come to you. Slow down, brother. I will give you good time on this topic. To be honest, I will give you good more time on the topic. Paul Kennedy.
No, I like how you manage it. I like how you manage it as it do. You manage it well.
Yeah, my man. The FIA investigation. Fair, simple. The central bank conducted ever since. LTA, you saw the letter they posted up. The commissioner who was suspended pending an investigation is begging and asking for the audit report. What do you have to say?
Well, look, Mame, we've been on the FIA report since March, right? And in fact, in my statement in March, I doubted whether the FIA report was going to go anywhere. So I'm not surprised that up to now we don't have reports. There have been several.
Why you are doubtful? Let me ask you why you are doubtful that will go anywhere.
Because you had the same unscrupulous being floating from one part of government placed into another segment of government to effectuate something that will, that will affect, the previous government. And when this government came to power, they came to power on the agenda of the arrest. And one of the arrows stands for rule of laws. Of course, it was that rule of law thing that really moved me. To put this country back on track, you really need to effectuate the rule of law. And the president started on a good footing. He set up several committees. He put even audits. But the committees, have any of them come back with reports? That's one of the places that really doubted. I begin, to create doubts. You put committee in place, they need to come back to report to you. You set in commission an audit, you need to get that audit report. You institute that you are going to quite fight and bring corruption down. You need to put integrated institution in place that you will hold accountable to be able to bring those results. Failure to do that leads me to think you are weak. And it is those signals that I began to see at the beginning of this government's tenure that made me to already begin to lose confidence of them being able to effectuate anything. As I said in the other show, I'm not going to blame Grisby. Neither will I sit here to blame Mama Carr. I will not blame anyone who was appointed by the president to do a work that they failed to do. You know who I will blame? I will blame the president of the country. When you ran campaign, you are not telling us to vote for Mama Carr or vote for Grisby or vote for somebody else. You are asking the Liberian people to vote for President Boakai. I mean, don't let me sit down here and lie to you. I did not endorse President Boakai because I thought that the old man, in his will, that he's good. He's a kind-hearted man. He was going to put around him the very people I saw who I did not trust, right? And these are the people who are living up to those same assumptions ahead of them today. So listen, I'm not surprised why you don't have the audit report. That will not be the only report you're not going to have. Everybody was running around Monrovia, audit, audit, audit. Now you don't hear anybody talk about audit. That whole world audit have been submerged, have been suppressed, it has been thrown out of the window. That just tells you that most of the people in government who are supporting the audit to be suppressed will practice corruption.
Thank you.
That's how the country has run, and we need to find a way to stop it.
Thank you. As a do, let me say this. Fadiga is asking for evidence to point to people. Paul Kennedy is losing faith that anything will happen. He doesn't want to blame anybody but blame the president. See, the president was elected to do his job. He came up with a conspiracy theory that people are stepping on audit because they themselves want to steal. But then he concluded by saying he's not surprised. Are you surprised, Azzy?
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Again, you can win an election with lies, with propaganda. You cannot govern with lies and propaganda. It is one of the things that will bring this government down. 16 billion came, lie. Yes, still, people pushed it. Today you're in government. 25 million mock up, lie. Yes, still, people push it. George, we are in Samuel getting $2 from each bag of rice. All the breads they bring, they're getting $2. Now you are there. Lies. I cannot come and tell you any government is clean. George, our government have issues. Yes. Every government will have issues. There will be some bad actors, no matter what. I'm not going to say anything against that at all. But this is the issue. When you ran a campaign and presented the notion that everybody in the government stealing here and there, corrupt, and now you come there, you see evidence with your eye, it does not go along with all of your lies you said, you become stuck in the middle of it. That's what is happening today. George, we have built houses. How many? He stole the country money. He took money and bought plane. Today you are there. We are begging you to go and seize the houses, to go and seize the plane because of the country money. Don't forget, we were here on the CBL report, and I said this report will get teachers with great problem. Oh, yeah. Don't forget I said it. We are what I said. Simply because I was looking at the report as a person with background in it, I didn't think it was there. I gave you another example. We're just discussing back in a report, other report that came out where it said there is no evidence of revenue being the 30% government share being collected and placed in the January account. As a person with audit background, when I look at it, I knew that whoever auditor did that may not have understood something. Because the local government has a contract with a company managing a facility owned by the local government. The money will not be deposited into government's general revenue account, but into the local government's revenue account. So if you were to go in the general revenue account to do any fact findings there, you will not see anything. So when I saw it yesterday, I knew that the auditor may not know something or they understand. That's where we are. There is no way, my brother, that anyone stole 6.2 million from FIA. Did somebody steal something? I can say yes, I can say no, maybe. But 6.2, what you put in your mind, you decide to agree that someone stole 6.2, it's not possible. That's where you guys are. But we keep beating on the government to ensure they put people in jail. They go after the evidence. All of those lies will not leave on the ground. Unfortunately, I feel sorry for rescue.
Thank you, Isaac. Colonel Remy Gray, ASE believes the audits are stuck in the mud because the evidence exonerate his people. So the JMB administration, the rescue team, are ashamed to come up with the audit report. Fadiga is waiting for evidence, but Paul Kennedy is saying he's not surprised and has no hope that there will even be audit because people on board now are willing to go and steal as well. Where you stand?
Well, one wonders what sort of evidence Isaac has that Mr. Fadiga doesn't have. So you shouldn't have to look for the evidence. You should just ask Isaac what evidence you have, so you can take advantage of it. But one of the things that made the Madam Salif administration so perverted was the fact that we had a guy named John Molu who was independent. His salary did not come from government; it came from the EU and other places. So he had this autonomy to operate, and he really brought stuff up. When you have an asset recovery team that is weak, the GAC that is mute because they don't have any power, the power revolves around the president through his presidential, his minister of state or whoever it is. Definitely, you want a kangaroo government. So anything, people who have the right to come in and say there's no evidence against their man. But like I said, if you want to change the taste of the discussion, revive that asset recovery or revive GAC and let them be independently appointed by maybe our partners in progress, and see how much autonomy they will enjoy, and see the level of look, lots of things will be swept as time goes by. So people have the right to come here and brag that they didn't steal. I mean, even though it was glaring. I mean, we have a reserve in New York that was depleted by the same past government. They have so many pieces of evidence exist out there, but they mean nothing if somebody don't make use of them. So I think a good start would begin to look at this asset recovery to be an independent management team appointed by our partners in progress. Maybe the US and others, EU can come together and say, look, we'll support that system. And not unless other people in the international circle probably have interest there as well, invested interest. But I can tell you, Liberia right now, the way it is a cuckoo jumuku stuff. The moment you get into government, you begin to see some of the loopholes. Man, say, my man, that AL, but you have to have a witchcraft like John Molu with that enjoy that level of autonomy that will come and spank some of those issues out. Not having any fear that, look, we had a Maurice Setuma who was a prime minister under Madam
30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30
Yes,
seconds.
we had a Maurice Setuma who was a prime minister, very vociferous guy. But John Molu had the razzmatazz. John Molu, he had the wherewithal. John Molu, you could not press him so much because he had enjoyed that autonomy. We don't have that level of autonomy in any branch of the integrity institution. So therefore, all these things are just noise. That's how I would dismiss it.
Thank you. Uncle Sam, what are you hearing about the audit report? I mean, you back now, you're on the ground, you're talking to President Weah, you're talking to other stakeholders. What are you hearing? Do you believe, as a those position, that the audit report exonerate people, that the reason why they don't want to bring it up?
I'm hearing that the rescue train is totally off its rails. That's what I'm hearing. And then I hear my friend Colonel Remy Gray talks about the colonization of Liberian justice by having the EU and others come to aid. When the rescue train, don't forget, they said they had experience. And we have, three branches of government: executive experience, judicial experience, legislative experience. And now you're asking today that maybe the judiciary that they appointed to carry out the rescue agenda is contaminated. That's what you're saying, Abdullah Mohamed. You are accusing the rescue judicial establishment of corruption. You are accusing the rescue people of the inability to carry out simple tasks that can audit. But this is what I think. I think the rescue train may not have the evidence, because it was not just prima facie evidence, but in order to go to court, that evidence must be what? Beyond what? To get what? A conviction? It has a very high standard. A high standard of evidence of what? Beyond reasonable doubt. And none of us on this platform. So are you accusing Alexandra Zoe of incompetence, of collusion with the thieves? Are you accusing the asset recovery chairman, my very good friend Clamati, of complicity with criminals to hire assets? Are you seeing that the Minister of Justice, my very good friend Oswald Twe, doesn't have the ability to look at cases from a balcony view
30 seconds.
and make some determination? I have more than 30 seconds. You know I have more than 30 seconds. I have more than 30 seconds. More than 30 seconds.
You have 30 seconds, Uncle Sam. You have 30 seconds.
There's an attempt to deflect. There's an attempt to divert. There's an attempt to contaminate.
We are what generated the topic. We initiated the topic. So how do you want to divert it when we initiate it?
You are not looking at time. You're looking at my face. If you look at my face, you don't know. Show me the time that I started. Show me. Tell me when I started.
I'll tell you when you end.
Let's adjudicate this time. When did I start?
When you start.
Adjudicate. Let's adjudicate. Look at your watch and tell me what time I started.
Kiatamba.
No, you gotta tell me when I started.
Kiatamba.
No, this so clearly, ladies and gentlemen.
No, but I beg you, Mr. Moderator. Mr. Moderator, I beg you. So you want us to do the time? I'm going to check the time. I'm going to talk less today because I'm not too well. But can you please give Uncle Sam 1 minute, just one more minute?
Because when it is not pleasing to
Uncle Sam, we're watching the time. Your 1 minute stop.
Watch the time. Uncle Sam, bro, let me say something. You did not generate the topic. No, I'm coming. Wait for me, please.
So, ladies and gentlemen,
wait for me, please. Uncle Sam, please wait for me. I will give you 1 minute. You did not generate the topic about audit. You did not ask questions about audit.
You did, mommy. You did.
You did not go to find evidence and communication to display to the people. We did. So you can't question us about not wanting to discuss it, because we brought it up and asked your opinion. So go ahead in 1 minute and conclude.
Well, based upon the quality of the evidence that you have provided historically, Mame, that have been totally demolished by Troconqui, evidence that you claim to have provided on the park, that the park was not government property, but that was a private entity that was given the park, was totally demolished. And you're coming here again and making an accusation that your own government are colluding with criminals, criminal defendants, potential criminal defendants. These are big charges against this government. And you have no right, you have the audacity to accuse the present government of colluding with criminals from the previous regime. If that's what you're telling the Liberian people, that you have evidence that they are stepping on other reports, you have that evidence. Can you provide that evidence? A scintilla of that evidence? Did it cut me off? Okay.
No, conclude.
No, I mean, I basically, look, you have presented no evidence on 99% of the assertions here, and now you're accusing your own government of deliberately stepping on other report. I don't believe you. I think there's some technical reasons for that. There are some juridical reasons for that you may not understand, but you're on some sort of, I don't know what you're on, but you need to just basically give the Liberian people evidence of what you were seeing.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Uncle
much.
Sam. Thank you, Uncle Sam. So we'll go to Kiatamba, but we maintain here that other reports are.
How many minutes each of us talking for? How many minutes?
3 minutes, Kiatamba.
Okay, thank you. Without hearing you, Kiatamba, you muted. You muted, Kiatamba.
Am I unmuted? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
So it is important to understand what am I responding to and what we're participating in. So what I got from Mame was a question, not an accusation and indictment of the government. What I got from Mame, he was provoking thought. He was setting a baseline. So I'm responding to that. If he are accused, I will be responding to different things. So what I got from Mame was setting the tune and the foundation of the discussion, basically saying these are investigations and this is a fact. These investigations are stuck in the process. You call it technical issue, but I do agree that, look, they said, look, I spoke to the head of GSC to bring him on the 101 on Sunday, and he said they have completed a significant amount of reports, and that is a good news. But I think it is a question of speed rather than a desire by the government to exonerate people. I don't see it that way. We have to be honest. I don't think it is a desire by the government or want to exonerate these people or the evidence did not meet a threshold and we just want to let them off the hook. No, what I got was a process. In fact, he told me that they will be completing the investigation, most of the reports by the end of July, and he will appear on Spoon to explain where things are. And in the absence of explanation, we cannot reach a conclusion that we cannot assign a criminal motive to the government by saying the purpose they're doing is because they're involved and they're complicit in the act. We have to be careful because what we say, and when the facts are laid bare, when the facts come out, then we got to take back our words. We have to be very, very careful. And I think that is where Fadiga is coming from. Fadiga saying, I need the facts. I need the evidence. So if you want to build a strong case against the government, come up with strong evidence. If you come up with weak evidence, you undermine yourself, you undermine your credibility. I think it is delayed. I think the government have an issue of speed. They have an issue of speed. We saw on the Supreme Court issue, to appoint a Supreme Court that was vacant, it took so long. This government has an issue of speed, and I like how Samuel Jackson describes as some technicalities. They have not addressed the issue of technicality. On many issues, they move slow, and there's this complicated situation. I don't know what is happening at the executive mansion, but I see a lot of complications. But I don't think we should just look at the LDE investigation. It should have been out by now. It's delayed. So they have a problem of speed, but I don't think it's motivated by a desire to benefit from most of these terrible deals that took place. I don't see it that way. If anybody has an evidence, I will change my mind. But we have to be fair on objective. Even we want to be critical on the government, let them with facts and strong evidence. So our people would listen and say, yes, I believe that. But there's a sense of urgency is lacking on a lot of issues. That lack of urgency, they don't see that urgency. And I think they need to move to a moving thing fast. They're a little slow on a lot of issues. So I can understand why people are interpreting our slowness as a crime, as a motivation for something. That's what I would say for now.
Thank you. Stefan, you want to? Okay, you spoke already.
No, I'll pass. I will just monitor that. Let me just.
Yeah. Let me just say something because I'm not ready now to talk a whole lot. Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation. Internal audits were conducted. People practically stole the fuel oil, the petroleum products, documented and submitted to the LACC. No action, no timeline. Even if you're making the argument that there is a process, you should be able to communicate the potential timeline to investigate and conclude these cases. Then it gives people hope of when it will be concluded. No timeline. Let's go to public works. The Bapolu Road project. The contractor received the money. The receipts are there. The contractor admittance to receiving the fund. But no work done on the road. The roads are there. You can see them. We'll put it here on the screen. The public work transfer all the records to the LACC. Oh, yes, you overwhelmed. What's the timeline to complete this investigation? FIE. So we are telling the president Central Bank. We are telling the president, your audits and investigation are stuck in the mud. They are stuck in the mud, and you need to take action. There are suspicions. There are legitimate concerns that people within government with power and authority are using their power and authority to compromise and stick the audits in the mud. That's why we know, that's why we see. We'll move to the next topic. Ostenda, if you get anything to say, you can.
No, yeah, I'm kind of confused. Uncle Sam, I want to bring you in because Uncle Sam, wait, I want to bring you in because I'm kind of confused. Ketema's saying one thing, and I'm hearing another thing from his.
And then you see different things.
Brother. Yeah, I'm confused. Guys, listen, I'm congested. I want to eat some pepper. I want to clean my nostril.
I think Ketema is lost on the show today.
I'm feeling some congestion between.
Look, I will tell you somebody who lost. You see me on the show, you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm seeing something between them that are not connected. Let me finish. I beg you. Let me talk only 1 minute today. Then I will give it to Uncle Sam. That Uncle Sam is right. What Uncle Sam just said, you guys cannot debunk Uncle Sam's argument tonight. You should embrace Uncle Sam's argument. As brilliant as Ketema and Mame, people are celebrating y'all, but I think Uncle Sam went to LSE for a reason. To step on you guys, and he did.
Uncle Sam, they may put psychology on you. They may put on your mind.
Don't mind him.
Uncle Sam, come in.
Okay, so no, but listen.
The man want to weaponize you to fight a battle. So go ahead, go fight a battle now.
No.
Go.
No, but Ketama, you said there may be some technicalities and there's a slowness. On the other hand,
right.
My Leonard colleague, Abdullah Mame, is saying that there's suspicion, and it goes beyond even suspicion, that people are stepping on these reports. So these are polar opposites. It cannot be the same. People cannot be stepping on it and then be having technical stuff. So these are polar opposites. So where do we stand? Are people stepping on the other reports, or there's a technical process?
Nobody's stupid yet.
Yeah, but the way you're presenting the picture,
so what is it?
You're presenting the picture as if Ketama and myself are doing on the show and have the same opinion. That's how you're presenting it. My opinions are different from Ketama's opinion. I believe people are stepping on the audit based on the information I have. Based on the information Ketama has, he believes that there are technical issues. We are not doing on the show. Our opinions are different.
Okay.
So let's move forward.
I agree. Okay.
The issue are the same. I think Ketama is more diplomatic, but that's the same language he's speaking. Go listen to it properly.
The great Rabbi Gray, the great general
is basically trying to save the regime, and Mr. Mame is stepping on the regime. You see there is suspicion that the regime is stepping on the regime.
Uncle Sam, your man Asedo concludes differently from you. Asedo's conclusion is different from you.
No.
Yeah.
So let's move on.
Asedo feels that there is no evidence that the reason why the other report are not coming up.
No,
so that's the second part of my opinion. That's the second part.
Let me say this. For example, yes, the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation request since April, please go and investigate. LSCC Alexander Zoe, please, we beg you, carry on an investigation. They have not touched this investigation. Nothing. Allegation to go as far back, and I will read it. It's right there. When this came from this is from LSCC. G. Alfonso Gay, Duana Camara, Moistre Momo, Archie Vama, all these people are accused. 159,000. What's going on? So can one ask whether the LSCC is overwhelmed? Whether the GSC is overwhelmed? Can we help them in any other which way? Because these people are sitting on other reports that we know they are not going anywhere. The name, Janga Cole. The name, Samuel Twet. The name, Samora Wolokori. As going far as by Tenet Bronsky, the current lady deputy at finance. What's happening? You heard rope her bush. There's a reason why these investigations are not going anywhere. And listen, these investigations, these others are not going anywhere.
And I give it back to you, my man.
Yeah, the audits are stuck in the mud. Call on the president to see reason. The same strategy he used, even if you don't have the asphalt to pave the road for the audit to come out, give more money to the investigators to do that the way Gideon's did, creating free access. Now to leave from Monrovia to Maryland is shut up, even though there's not paved road, but small work was done there. The audits are stuck in the mud, provide support so that they can come out.
Yeah, Mami, I want to say something. And I like the discussion because it's solution focused. We do agree the baseline, the audits are stuck in the mud. Whatever reason it is, technical reason, speed. I also like the solution. The president must act. The president must act. I don't want us to blame anybody for the role of the president. The president was elected. No one else was elected. When the president is responsible for the speed, I want us to be clear. The president should move the process so our people get a sense that the issue of accountability that propelled this movement to the majestic heart of political power is seeing daylight, is succeeding, and people are happy that a new day has dawned on our beloved Liberia. We do not agree with the likes of when I say go. I tell you, when I say go, who are flamethrowers, who come and throw flames and try to vindicate something. Yes.
You are saying, well, Paul Kennedy on the show say, don't blame anyone, put it on this president. You come here and say the president should move with speed. Indeed, the president should move with speed. Finance ministry, the minister resigned. How long would this take, this president to appoint a new minister? Can anybody let us know? 30 seconds, quick. Only 30 seconds. You think how long it's going to take Paul Kennedy for us to see a new appointment, nomination for the new finance minister?
It shouldn't be any less than 2 months.
2 months?
The finance minister is not just a classroom teacher. This guy will run the development of the country, so he needs to be well vetted.
Fadiga, what say you? How long you think?
I don't know how long it will take, but the president is not someone that make rash decisions. So I think he's going to take his time. Like Paul said, the finance minister is not someone that just grab from thin air. He has
I'm gonna thank you very much, but you don't know how long. Do you think that this will have a serious impact now within the length of time the president is going to take?
I don't think this is going to be too long. Knowing the role the finance ministry played, especially in our governance process, I don't think it's going to be. There are a lot of competent people within the United Party Alliance that can quickly fill that void. So I do not expect them to last even a month. I think.
Stand on, just 1 second. Stand on, just 1 second.
There was a possible replacement before that thing even went through. So I do not think it will even go 2 months or even a month.
Paul,
but in addition, Stanton, the finance ministry is fully staffed with 4 deputies and I think 4 assistant ministers that can do this work while they properly vet, and I use the word properly with caution, while they properly vet the appropriate minister who's going to bring the development to the country.
Thank you. Isaac, though, understand this nomination process under the transition, President Barker coming, finance minister, it took almost 5 months and it's still continuing. With this position, how long you think this is going to go?
Maybe until the 6 year finish. But actually, it's hard to tell. Usually, you want to predict the government for rhetoric. And quickly, let me say, Stana, when it was delaying on appointing people, what did they say? We're vetting people. We want to make sure we put the best people. We vetting everybody. In no time, the people you vetting, they were unvetted. Maybe and they do all kinds of things. So to predict this government is so hard. Maybe they'll search for finance minister until we go to campaign. I don't know. But actually, I expect within a month or two. I think.
Colin Gray, you?
Sometimes there are certain decisions in government you don't have to apply that cool it now attitude. It's a split-second decision. The Minister of Finance is a very vital link to the well-being of any governance. So I don't see any reason why they should be delaying the process. They should, bring as many folks in the room and get their man from there or their woman from there. I don't see any reason why they should delay, because this will delay almost everything about this government. if it's not handled decisively. It's a split-second decision. You have to
Let
move
me
on.
bring him. Thank you, Colonel. Uncle Sam.
Okay, so this is the vaunted, what do you call it in the experience. This is the team that is supposed to be so deep. You're supposed to have your main players on the field, then you're supposed to have a bench. So if you're telling me that it's going to take you a month, an extended period, to bring in a bench when you are in serious, when the game has just started, and the opposition and the opponents, and you're making some serious mistakes, and you're down by 2-0, and then you're not going to be making substitution immediately. This doesn't demonstrate any experience in governance. That doesn't exhibit that you have a deep team. So all of these guys are doing just lying to us. They don't have 40 years of government experience that they can bring to the table. If you cannot vet within a week or 10 days, a finance minister who is the minister of development planning, the fulcrum of your economy, and you're going to take a month to do that, do you know what that would do that to the economy? It would basically send a message to the business community, domestically and internationally, that you don't have a deep bench, and that you
Thank you very much.
people that you don't have the expertise.
Thank you.
And it will undermine economic performance.
Thank you. Ketema, your take, how long you think, and let me ask you though, how serious is this position to this administration right now that you think they must
stand up?
Yeah.
Stand up. I'm not making my position yet.
What?
Hello?
We can hear you. What you said?
Stand up.
Yeah. Ketema, speak.
Probably freezing.
Yeah, so Ketema into the problem.
The
I didn't hear what he said. Yeah, but I do believe that at the end of the day, I hope this thing go through, because Uncle Sam is quite correct. This will be, listen, Wama Kamara, whether he have got. So first of all, let's establish: is he leaving, or you going to wait for a replacement killer? Somebody going to come in first before he exit, or he's just signed and he out?
He's been clearing his desk.
All right. We hope to have Ketema back, because Ketema internet is. Ketema, are you with us? All right. Let me go ahead.
Ketema is small Miami.
Let me go ahead again. Now, we got try to close on this because Mame had to take a quick 5-second break. Let me ask you though, your expectation tomorrow. Sylvester Graceway is going over there tomorrow. He going to the House of Representatives. Mamaka Ability, Sylvester Graceway. They went as far as BTC. They're collecting everybody and say, you must come. You must give us reason why these yellow equipment are parked at the country, the government, property, BTC, the barrack. Why you're talking there? Who brought in this equipment? What's going on here? You talk to us. What are you, your expectation, Fadiga? They will be in from Kofa and his group. What can you tell the Liberian people? It's huge. Spoon going to be there. It's going to be big. If you got nothing to do, 10 a.m. our time or Liberia time, whatever the time is, you must watch it. It will be the huge thing. I just hope they ain't going to give any excuse not to show up. But talk to us, Fadiga.
Stanton, like many people, the relationship with this whole yellow machine is like this song by Atlantis Star, Secret Lover. It's some line in that song say how something this wrong can feel so good. The machine is something that is very good for the Liberian people. Nobody have discounted that. But until we can come 100% clean in our cities, I'll be very candid, a lot of people will have reservation, and we do not want that. It doesn't matter the price. The price matter, but the Liberian people have shown that they will support us regardless, because the good outweighs the bad. We have to be able to look. We are living in different times. Those days that your government will hide things have passed. I'm sorry to say, if you still believe that you are not answerable to the people, sooner rather than later, it will come back to haunt you. I'll be very candid. Sometimes we have to show some tough love, even to the government that I still support. The machine is a very brilliant idea. We can shout all we want, celebrate the people are with us. But there is one thing that the Liberian people want, and the opposition have started to exploit it. Propaganda strike whenever there is no information. That void can be filled with anything. We are giving people chance to fill in that void. And I'm saying this tonight. This is the very first time I have taken this position on this thing. I love the machine. Even if Liberian people will have to sit down and raise their own money to bring that machine, they will do it. But we have to be very mindful. Before we turn something this good into something that will be our Eton and Igbo math. The difference between Eton and Igbo math, even though it was signed into law and ratified, the money did not come. The machine, a portion of those machines have come. A lot of them will come. You cannot bring 85 machine in a country and on a secrecy. It's just impossible. I strongly believe that the government has a very good explanation. In that explanation, I hope it comes out tomorrow, and then we'll lay this into rest. And then some of us
Let's respect the time, I beg you.
Let me just say this, Walter. Let me just explain that. Some of us that are here, a lot of us that celebrate, that support this rescue mission, we have a very loud megaphone voice to shout and celebrate and tell the Liberian people of the good things that are going to come, that this man is stuck and do. But we cannot avoid this. The sooner we
Thank you very much,
the better it will be.
UJ. Again, listen, we can laugh, we can joke, your position is your position, but I am taking back tonight, and I must applaud you for the position you have shifted to, that you cannot bring 285 machine on a secrecy and you want us to accept it. So let me go to you, Paul Kennedy. They are going in front of the House of Representatives. The hyenas, they are there. Fodati Kofa, J. Melvin Cole, Thomas Fala, Texan Sibo, all of them, the angry men and women, they are there. They are saying, listen, come and talk to us. Give us reason why we should believe you that you just took equipment, machine, to our barrack. Talk to me, your expectation, Paul.
It would be interesting. I mean, I would love to see what the outcome of that, summon or that call would be. Listen, Stanton, in Liberia, nothing surprises me anymore. The mere fact that you have split decision in the legislature, there are people there who also want the yellow machine to come without any due process, right? And they also have the same legislative power that the names you just called do have. So why it is true that there are going to be some people asking, why do we have this yellow machine in the country on our property? They already know why the yellow machines are here. Spoon has, presented a lot of information on that. And I think that information should be informing the decision and the question they have to ask. However, they are going to meet a stiff resistance. Remember now, the executive branch of government have usurped the power of the legislature. Legislature, to my opinion, is a toothless bulldog. Most of the time, they come on water and make all the noise. The executive call them and brown bag them, and nobody hears about it anymore. We had a committee set in the legislature the other day to investigate certain things that happen in government. Have they come back to you with any result? Nada, zip, zot. You're not going to hear anything about that. So I'm looking forward to hearing what the outcome of this will be. But until then, I'm not surprised, and I'm not really impressed with what's going to happen.
So let me bring in Conor Gray, and then we'll go back to Kiatemba and Hussein will take us. So folks, I want you to listen. Tomorrow, it will be a big day in the House of Representatives on that floor where you have everybody waiting for that moment. If they do appear, Sylvester Grisby, Mama Ability, how you guys got a machine, and you say 285 coming in the country. Manifest saying executive marshal brought it in. So many questions more. Conor Gray, let's hear you, please.
Stanton, I'm not a fan of that legislature. I subscribe to that theory that if we abolish that branch of government, we'll have good governance that will take our country to the 21st century. You ever wonder why so many lawmakers are building their own independent school and benefiting from tax exempt status, but it's their own private initiatives. It's because that's what they're there for, to line their pocket. The only reason why the noise is so much, this deal is too big to slip out of their hand from putting money in their pocket. So that all that fiasco of Mamaka and Grace Bay appearing is just a charade up front. But there will be some back alley discussion upon what people will get. The moment that is settled, this whole issue will die down. But you know what? I agree with Fadiga. This machine is not that 47 condominium. It's that we have built just 6 months into its presidency. This is something that will kind of upgrade our roads. This is something that the people are in love with secretly. So they love it. The only thing I would say is let them see all the noisemaker, who's supposed to get that. That's all this is all about. This is not about the well-being of the Liberian people. It's about the well-being of those lawmakers. That's why I'm not a fan of that legislature. They're impeding upon our progress. And I see it that way.
So thank you very much. Again, thank you guys for respecting the time. Mama, let me end this round and we can come back to you, please. We are talking about the appearance of Sylvester Grisby and Mamaka Bediti and the rest of them at the House of Representatives tomorrow. Minister Dole, please.
So I will personally intervene and call the Commerce Minister to ensure that Fadiga bills keep climbing. Because I kind of get to know that the 11,000 bill from Fadiga is doing something. He's doing something. I will make sure that bill goes to 20,000, just so that they better can come here with a different thing. They better completely change what he has been saying over the time. Thank God for 11,000 bills. Thank God, hallelujah. You understand? But this is the issue. All of the things surrounding the yellow machine so far seems to be like the biggest political criminal enterprise session of Liberia ever. You are talking about the highest amount of purchase in a single time ever in Liberia's history, worth almost 100 million in a single transaction. I don't remember any time in our country's history when one transaction resulted to that amount. And there is no way when these people go to the house tomorrow, they will sweat more than anything. Everything will be outside. Who gave you the authority where you take the money from? They will answer it, they will put on a pressure. So this is what I will predict. And I'm very sure this prediction will come to bear. Few of the folks will attend, maybe 1 or 2%. The rest of the other people will not go, give some more excuse. Based on that, they might likely postpone it. But there's what I would say. The executive, as we all have seen, has not been giving any due respect to the House of Representatives of recent. They've been disrespecting that body for what reason, I don't know. But I'm very hoping that if they fail to attend tomorrow, that Fundraising Kofa, in whom I'm so well pleased, and his team will move to use their political tools and hold a criminal enterprise to account. But tomorrow, I am very well predicting that it may be postponed.
All right, so Ketama Kame and Augustin will take us home. I got to give this back to Mame. Can you hear us, Ketama?
Can you hear me?
Yes, you're good, Ketama. Talk to us on the yellow machine. The folks will be appearing tomorrow in Prosperity and his team. What say you?
I think tomorrow is an important day. Tomorrow, we will know whether these lawmakers represent their people or represent themselves. We will know tomorrow whether our leaders are willing to level with us to say the truth, to explain about this yellow machine, to remove this cloud of doubts that hang over this yellow machine, to shut down the conspiracy theory, to tell us the truth, to tell us even if there are missteps, if they made some mistake, to admit, to apologize for any misstep. So it's a combination of so many things. But I do not want us to put our hope in this house. This house is not a house you can put your hope on. We may be surprised, given the noise, given the public concern. The house might surprise us and ask the toughest questions and bring people to bear to know that government is supposed to be transparent, supposed to be open. And I think it is important. We should not have been here if the government had decided to explain this process clearly and simply and effectively. We will not be here. This is self-inflicted wounds, and they have a chance to address that issue. They have a chance to correct their mistake, to do course correction, to say, look, there were some mistakes, but it is well-intentioned, it is meant well. This is the impact of the machine, but we think we delay in processing information. We could have done it better, but I think this is tomorrow will determine largely what will happen. Now, we will see every challenge create new leaders. Leaders will emerge with courage and conviction, will inform and arm with the truth and the courage of their conviction, and quiz these leaders and ask them, why is the delay? I wish they would have more expert hearings on this, because the people that are coming to respond, we want people who say, we know this business. They could have done it better. I think it is beyond the official, it should be an expert hearing, public hearing on this machine. It is important because if they do not address this issue, it will transfer to the next good intent initiative that is draining a real impact. So I think it is important tomorrow. It is an important indicator of how this whole operates. And let me tell you this tomorrow. The way the house will behave tomorrow, if they turn to a cheering squad, we will know that you cannot count on this house. But if this house fund is calling and begin to question, ask the right question, and push them to tell us all the details that is required for the public.
Uncle Sam, let me ask you a question real quick. Do you think apology will be sufficient? Ketema. Do you think apologies will be sufficient? Or be sorry, let's get it right?
No.
Thank you.
No.
Uncle Sam, let's hear you. Thank you, Ketema. Uncle Sam, let's hear you. Uncle Sam? All right, mommy. The question about the yellow machine, when Uncle Sam come on, he will close on this. He have an internet problem. They will be in from Fonati Kofa and the team tomorrow. Your own as hold on, Uncle Sam, are you with us? Can you hear us?
It got serious delay.
It's frozen.
Did I finish?
It gets serious.
I can hear you.
In Liberia. Yes.
It did not finish.
If you can hear, go ahead, speak.
He didn't hear the question. He didn't hear the question.
Oh, okay.
Man, did I finish?
I mean, did I finish? What's your time?
Now, Rudy Gobia used to make it hair like this, right? Money.
But Stanton, I mean, we've given our opinion on this yellow machine, and kudos, I mean, to the members of the rescue team who mustered the intestinal courage to say, not to criticize necessarily, but to remind President Boakai. It's not like a criticism, like reminding him, President Boakai, you said transparency and accountability. So we're reminding you that there need to be transparency and accountability with the procurement of these machines. We come to remind you, President Boakai, we're not going to criticize you. We come to remind you that when you're making such a huge, potentially huge investment, there has to be a plan on utilization. We come to remind you, Mr. President. We come to remind you that we are in 2024. Government must be open and transparent. We come to remind you that every time we cross over processes in the name of the people want it, the people like it, just give it to them. We come to remind you that there are instances where instead of the people benefiting, few individuals benefit at the expense of the country. We've listed examples here. The park is another example. Oh, a farm is sweet, let them leave it. But see the trail of our natural resources that went to A. Look at the Popo Beach houses.
You just want to have acid don't feeling. You just want to have acid don't feeling.
No, so we're saying let's just pay attention. So when we go to the legislature tomorrow, what we expect from Funati and other people, I know Funati is a level-headed man. When we say critical questions in the legislature, we're not calling for reckless questions. When we say critical questions, we're not calling for irresponsible questions. People should be able to distinguish critical questions from irresponsible questions. We don't want the conversation to just be focused on only the price, where it's coming from. It's important, the price, where it's coming from, who giving it, the procurement process. But we also want to understand about post-acquisition. When you acquire it, how you will manage it, what a management plan, what a sustainability plan, what a utilization plan. We want to see the legislature asking questions on that, and we want to see documentation to see the programs on that. But lastly, yellow machine, as we know, whether it is human yellow machine or it is the iron yellow machine, to acquire a and maintain a, it always come with noise. Human yellow machine, iron yellow machine.
That's a very provocative.
No, Mame, why when you talking about human yellow machine, you looking at certain on the platform? This is wrong.
No, but it's not, it doesn't refer to me, but just to
Uncle Sam, let him speak. Uncle Sam, let him speak. Uncle Sam, let him speak.
The man said yellow machine, period.
No, Uncle Sam, you will talk your own. Let the brother speak.
No, but you can't call a woman a yellow machine.
Who called a yellow machine? Uncle Sam, you know the rules. Uncle Sam, the brother free to speak. Uncle Sam, the brother free to speak. I beg you. The brother free to speak. Mommy, go ahead.
Uncle Joe, Grace Pay, what her name? What is the name?
Mama.
Yeah, Mama Ka.
Mama, the Bible, symptom.
The legislature, yellow machine, whether it is human yellow machine, whether
you going by that again,
iron yellow machine, acquiring it, managing it, sustaining it, is always associated with hard work, pressure, tough time, up and down. So don't want to get President Parker. But at the end of the day,
you can take times 3 or other minutes together.
At the end of the day, when you acquire it, the benefits are so enormous. So don't give up under the pressure. Go after the yellow machine.
Thank you, Bob. Let me bring in Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam. Let's talk about the iron yellow machine, not the yellow machine.
I'm in the wrong place in my house.
Uncle Sam, it's up to you, sir. Uncle Sam version.
Uncle Sam is frozen. Let
me say this real quick, guys.
Especially the one the internet from like bro.
I will see.
But what mom is doing tonight, right? I don't know what you call human yellow machine. They are very expensive. Seriously. The human yellow machine.
You go there too.
They are very expensive. So let's just let that one go. Let's stick to the iron yellow machine that costing. Imagine iron yellow machine will cost $80 million. Then what about human yellow machine? So my people, let's just move. Let me see if Uncle Sam coming back. Let's hear from him.
So, but I thought it was 57 million. How can you go 80? Then I heard Isaac talking about 100 million.
That's the reason why.
I said near
You can hear us, Uncle Sam.
I can hear you guys loud and clear. Look, first of all, anybody talks about a woman in such a denigrating term, it should not be tolerated on Spoon. This is a family show. A lot of decent people watch this show, and to refer to women, no matter what their ethnicity, as yellow woman, yellow machine is wrong. But let's just leave that alone. I will let for the administration of Spoon to take care of that. Look, what is going to happen tomorrow? I don't know, but these are my thoughts. This is clearly a criminal act. When people try to compare, we are building 49 condos. Did not say I'm building these condos. These are for the Liberian people, and then I will explain to the Liberian people later when I finish building these condos look pleasing to the eye. We have never said that. We did that as a private individual, and he stands by it. And if anybody believes that he diverted state resources to do that, you are now in power. You can mount an investigation and make a determination. So now, since we have determined that we are comparing apples and oranges, let's take to the fundamental issue. This is clearly a criminal act. It's a criminal act because you make an announcement at a retreat that you're bringing in 285 machines, 19 for each county. And there is joy. And I mean, oh my God, everybody is happy. And this is something that you're riding on because you don't have political capital. You've been making a lot of missteps, false steps, and haphazard things. And your people are happy. From May 26, June 26, and we're now going to July 26, 60 days. Since that announcement, you have not given any documentation to the legislature. The Ministry of Finance, the Ministry of Justice have not seen any official documentation from the executive mansion. You bring in the yellow machines. You get on top if what they call it, he said, drop top vehicle, and you're parading in the streets of Monrovia trying to appeal to public sentiment because you've done something illegal. And then you have the audacity to take these yellow machines, 30 of them or 31 of them, to a military barracks, with no explanation. You don't ask permission from the Minister of Defense, from the military authorities. You just park these yellow machines there. Clearly, your intent is not honorable. This is not good faith. This doesn't appear to me, and it's not in the interest of the country, because if indeed it was in the interest of the country, we have a project document. A project document specifically saying these machines came for a specific reason, for road building or for agriculture. But these are not all yellow machines, ladies and gentlemen. You got water tanks in there, water tanks. You have tipper trucks in them. So you're not bringing 285 yellow machines. So that's the first lie. The second lie is we don't know the origins of these. The third lie is you haven't done any procurement. And the fourth lie is your own president told Senator Nathaniel McGay that this was a gift. Now you say it is not a gift, but we must sign a loan agreement to pay for these, clearly against the extended credit facility of the IMF. And I can tell you all today, they were forcing Buama Kamara to sign on to those, giving him a lot of pressure. And that may have added or compounded his health problems. Because I, as a finance minister, staring at 285 machines being brought, I was not involved in the discussion. I'm not involved in the negotiation. I'm not involved in it. And you're asking me to sign it, and you get the for me to sign this thing. Clearly, this is a criminal act, and I hope the legislature would have the temerity and the courage to call it for what it is, and those who brought it in illegally against the precepts of the Public Financial Management Law, the PPCC, that those people will have to pay. This is clearly criminal in nature. It's a criminal act. This is an aggression against the state and the people of Liberia.
Thank you very much, Uncle Sam. Guys, while we wrap this thing up, if you have any question, we can get into some form of engagement. Let's ask whosoever you want. Everybody have one question to ask. You can feel free to ask whosoever you want to ask your question to.
I just want to use one time to just make 1 minute statement.
Go ahead, Conor Gray.
Firstly, what I heard from the initial stage of this of this initiative was that they were
Who's
bringing
that?
285 earth moving machine or equipment. They didn't say yellow machine, they say equipment. That suffices to mean anything. You need those tankers to develop roads because that's why they spill the water with. So that's why they say earth moving equipment. We have, it has gotten missing in translation now. It has become 285 yellow machine. And then secondly, the government may choose to store its equipment, the people's equipment, anywhere within government installation. That is not something you're going to go ask the as though those are private property. Those are run under the same executive. Now, all you need to do tell Minister of Defense, we are going to store this machine in your bag. How is that criminal in nature? And then secondly, let us start blowing whistle, dog whistle at this issue. This is not one of those 1980 issue where people influence the people that they're going to make rice $1, a cup, and then it turns out to be something else. This is something that is going to benefit this republic, and I continue to say it should have been in Liberia like yesterday. If anything will stall the process today, I think I saw a picture with President Baka and Dangote. Those are the kind of people we wanted to see in Liberia 6 years ago when the war best took the stage, but now we're seeing it under the old men. So therefore, good things are coming to us, and I'm happy.
Thank you. Thank you. Let me ask you a question, Conor Gray. It's important for us to establish something, okay? Nobody knows who actually owned the machine. Manifest said the government of Liberia. Is the legislature part of the government of Liberia? Yes. One of the functions is oversight. So to take this machine and carry it over to BTC, don't you think it warrant question? Nobody's saying that now. I will agree with you. The document didn't say yellow machine. The document say equipment. It can be different kinds of equipment. Trucks, water truck, white, black, purple. I care less of the color. But for us to argue and say it was okay that this government have not spoken, have not said a word on who owns the machine. We have the director of Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation, Mo Ali. You follow that show. He said the government is sending for the machine, but we don't know who the senders are. Spoon broke the story to tell us that it came from Sunny, the address, everything we share with everyone. So it's a fair question, and that's the reason why they are going over to the House of Representatives to answer some very hard questions. I missed the point to say this House of Representatives, I still do believe that some of them will do the right thing tomorrow. Ketima, you're making some valid point. If they fail to, the job on the line, the people will speak against them. If they only speak for themselves, like the information that people are negotiating for brown envelopes, because if you talk about $80 million, the people will be willing to give you even $25,000 to $50,000. You do the math if the price is right. So it is fair to say, I still believe Funati Kofa will do the right thing tomorrow. I do believe it. He's under huge pressure, a lot of information, a lot of phone calls. But I still believe that Speaker Funati Kofa will govern his troop and they will do the right thing tomorrow. They are all equal, but he's the leader because they voted for him to be Speaker. Make no mistake, these guys will go answer to the Senate likewise. The senator back are pushed to the wall, Ketema. They know very well the people are watching them. The Liberian people need to know the truth. Okay? The Liberian people need to know the truth. The machines are important. The machine is unique, but we want to know how much. Why? I said, can you mute? We want to know how much. Why are we still talking about price? Why are we scratching and looking all over on Spoon's shoulder to see the invoices? Why are they hiding it? Who brought this thing on a cover when the president said it was free? And the president turned around and said it's a gift. And now we are talking about money. So what's the real story? So for me, Conor Gray, I agree with some part of what you said, but I think the decision that they are going to the hyenas, to facing them, I love it. And I wish Funati Kofa and his team well. And I still believe that they will ask the hard question. If not, the Liberian people will see through them. So that's my point. As we
Senator, I have a
close the
question
show,
for you.
yes, sir.
Now, do you have a clip where the president said this was a gift?
Again, when they went for the cabinet meeting,
No, excuse me,
right?
sir. Senator McGill said that. Senator McGill said the president told him that. That's how I know.
And that's where I'm coming
That's what
from.
Senator McGill said.
And Senator McGill, sorry that you missed a lot of the show because you've been busy. And Senator McGill said that he went.
Sometimes I listen to the show.
Yeah, and Senator McGill said he met the president. He was here on Monday. He said he met the president, and the president told him.
I wouldn't believe that. I think
let me finish that. No, you asked me a question. I'm talking about whether you believe it or not. You asked me a question. And also, I would just want to say also that if you follow the cabinet retreat, when they did this first presentation, right, the president said, well, Double Jala should find the money to pay for it. Yeah. It's there. It's on the clip. People that attended the meeting were surprised. I spoke to our sources, very senior high members of this government. You know I cannot disclose their name. I spoke to them. Their belief, when it was first played at the executive mansion prior to that cabinet retreat, their belief was it was a gift. They first presented, that's an AI video clip that everybody saw. They showed to the president. They say your name is on it. The Liberian flag is on it. The president believed it was a gift. It was free. When it flipped over about paying, they got concerned. And they said, no, we are walking on the dangerous ground. I'm giving you information because I spoke to them. The machines are good, but can we get it right? If we blunder, we blunder. But the kickback to this machine is huge. Ketema, let's close the show. All Hussein and Asido will be last. Let's do our closing. It's 7:11 p.m. Eastern time. Then it's 11:11 Liberia time. Ketema, thank you for joining us, man. You're muted, Ketema. Can you unmute?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah, okay, thank you guys very much. I think we lay bare the facts. I think we have all different sides to the argument. But I also know that tomorrow is critical because it exposes those who are not interested in transparency and open government. But it also validates those who think that, look, we should give this process a chance. I'm not in the position to attach the term criminal on the government without facts. I think it is wrong. It is not fair. It does not say the right thing about how we use those terms. These are serious accusations of criminal. This is something that just call someone criminal. But I think it is concerning. It is worrisome. And I think we should open the process and let the facts lead us to any kind of conclusion. The other aspect alone, I did not have the chance to talk about the finance minister. I think the decision should be now. Now, not any time longer than now. And I think there's a pipeline of qualified and competent Liberians that are willing to serve. But we are assuming that the finance minister was now structured in a way that there can be an act, one of the deputies can act anytime there's not a minister. So we should not act like when there's not a finance minister, no one can act. No, I don't think no government said it would take 1 month. So we are assuming someone said that and accuse them of saying something that they did not say. What is happening is that I think that it is clear. I will always support Augustine Gaffon for the position. I think a lot more qualified people there. But I think the decision should be now. There's no time left because the economy, investors, business people, finance minister is an important shaper and driver of the economic conditions of our people through policies, through implementations. That is said that I hope tomorrow our leaders, the Mama Kabirete, I think she's a beautiful woman. She's a good person. She's a great person. I don't think she meant any harm, but we will find out tomorrow. I don't think all of them. I just believe that tomorrow we lay bare some of the facts as the facts. Tomorrow will distinguish and decouple the misinformation from the truth. I hope the lawmakers will not betray us. I hope the lawmakers will not go ask questions because they fear asking tough questions will endanger any backroom deals. I hope they should not do that. They should find a chance to tomorrow and stand up like men with some fortitude and muster the courage to speak truth to power and let our people hear the truth and the truth alone. But thank you guys very much. And I love Isaac Josuit. I think it is beautiful. And that's the Walmart super. I'm just messing. So thank you guys very much, man.
Thank you. While we close the show, let me bring in Fadiga. You're closing.
Yeah, Stanton, I think I agree with Kiatama. I won't go about labeling people within the government as corrupt. We do not have any evidence to believe that any corruption is going on. While it is true that corruption is prevalent in Liberia, the Liberian people love this deal. They love the machine. They want the machine. We are seeing that there have been overwhelming support. There are a lot of good things going on in government. We cannot just cherry pick the bad ones. Sometimes we need to sit down and highlight some of the good things. The president just gave 40% of his salary. Those are newsworthy as well. The yellow machine, tomorrow, what I'm expecting. Look, I still frown on something that we did when it came to the speaker and deputy speaker thing. I think we dropped the ball there. I think we should have fought harder because let's not forget the hustle. There have been a lot of noise with Representative Foucault and other guys from the other party that are still angry, licking their wounds from this going election, and it will do everything to try to sabotage any good thing from this administration. We should have fought hard enough to ensure that we control that branch of government. But notwithstanding, tomorrow, I don't expect much because I don't think this president that we support will engage in anything shady that will hurt the Liberian people. The last thing he said, over the years, I have learned to separate what is mine from the Liberian people. And that is how he has survived through all the time he served in government. So tomorrow will be interesting. They will be looking for a lot of gotcha movement. They will be throwing up a lot of things out there. I hope the team comes prepared. And then for once we can lay to rest this whole noise about process, because nobody has said that they don't want a machine. Now everybody is banking on the process. It will be a bad deal. Tomorrow when it comes out and turn out that this is a sweetheart deal, I hope we can all muster the courage to come on and say, thank you, President Bueka, you are talking do, and this is a game changer. Like I've always said, 2029 is embedded in those machines. And
Thank
that
you
is
very
what I'm
much. And thank you very much. Paul, you want to close, please?
Yeah, thank you, CEO. If any county will benefit the yellow machine or the equipment, I'm sure Bapul will be amongst those counties that really need the equipment. As I've said here on several occasions, Bapulu is challenged. And I mean, when it comes to development, Bapulu is amongst the least developed counties in the country. So if any county deserves to have equipment to help to improve the roads, the agriculture, I think Bapulu will be among the first 5 of them. Now, having said that, that does not warrant a government to just pass behind the rule of laws and undermine the principles that got us as a country running. And those principles that were established, one of them is that the country should abide by the rule of laws. And there's a procurement rule that's out there. Before going to market anything, you should first of all go through the PPCC. They will open up the procurement process to viable entities. They will vet them. These entities will submit their proposals, and then it is based on the most value for money that the entity that has been appointed by government will be able to actually go through the process. Anything short of that is criminal. I don't think this government wants to begin to foot, to tread on criminality. The issue that, the president, went ahead and slashed his salary. First of all, I am not moved by president slashing that salary. Every president that I have witnessed since I was born, besides President Turbo, cut their salary. Ellen King, she slashed her salary. Joe Weakin, he called his own. Now Omen Baga is doing. Even Judy Bryan, who became one of the most corrupt people, slashed his salary. When you slash your salary and that slash does not impact the lives of the people, it really doesn't move me. I'm not impressed by it. What I think we should be discussing here is why are the machines brought into the country before the country knows what we're about to do with it? We should have had a sustainability plan, a management plan, an operational plan. what is this machine going to even do for us as a country? Everybody saying, well, one road. Are those machines only for roads? These are the kind of questions that I think will be answered tomorrow in the legislature. Now, I don't think anything big is going to happen. Don't get me wrong. Tomorrow, the legislature will ask some tough questions, but you know why they'll be asking tough questions? They'll want to strangulate the executive so that there is a break-even point for them to get a part of the court that is assisting into that deal. If that deal crosses without going through PPCC, I can almost guarantee you that somebody's going to be licking their hands up to their airport. I think the whole process is starting wrong. They should go back to review the laws and make sure that the threat on it so that our country is continuing to abide by international standards. You can't put a PPCC and don't respect it. I mean, then you're undermining the rule of laws that the country is talking about. Finally, Stanton, I think that the Liberian people have struggled. They have suffered too much. The government was elected on the issue of transparency. They've commissioned several audits. These reports are lingering. The country needs to make sure that those people who have been audited or the reports are published so that the next steps can be followed through prosecution. And as far as the finance minister's appointment is concerned, the finance minister is not somebody who you go and find one day just anywhere. And I know that this argument has been going on back channel. So by now, the government already knows who they are anticipating on appointing as as finance minister. All my concerns will be that this person be vetted, because not just a finance minister, this person is the Minister of Finance and Development Planning. They are going to lead the developmental agenda of the country. So you can't pick people because of political affiliations or party solidarity. Whoever becomes the next appointed Minister of Finance should be somebody who has the merit and the competency in running our country forward. I think it was a good show, and thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you very much, my brother Paul. Let me bring in Conagry, you close already, correct?
Yeah, I haven't closed yet, though.
Yeah, let me bring in Uncle Sam, then Conagry, you will come next. Then I'll say
okay, first of all, anytime anybody wants to go against my argument and talk about some flimsy stuff about 1980 that somebody said is going to bring rights for $9, that argument has been demolished. Nobody promised any rights for $9. So this is nonsense. You work for the dual government, yeah, a criminal regime, and you have the audacity to come and accuse me, a young man who only worked for that regime for only 11 months and went back to a career on Wall Street. Yeah? And you worked for that government, you fought war, you were there when the Lutheran massacre took place, and you want to accuse me? Don't go back to my past. Let's speak in the now. The now is that this is clearly a criminal action. And Ketama, all due respect, I love you, but let me define what criminality is. Breaking the law. That's what that's all it is. Simple. When you break the law, it's a criminal act. PPCC. No abidance by PPCC.
Sam, I love you. So you know I love you, but don't call Remy Gray as Luther. I don't want you to go that route. I beg you. I know Remy.
I disagree when I said it's a criminal act. I will tell you why I said it's a criminal act.
I said Remy, but don't call Remy Gray as Lutheran massacre. Don't do that. I beg you, please. Don't do that. I beg you.
That when he.
No, it's wrong. It's unfair to him.
No, it's wrong for him to
it's
say.
Unfair.
Remy was
no, stand up. This is somebody comes to as a massacre. Don't allow that on the show. Don't do that.
Ketama, Remy will speak. Remy will speak, please.
Yeah, but you should not allow that kind of thing. Accuse about massacre.
In the AFL, when the Lutheran massacre took place, I never mentioned that, but he wants to go back to 1980. We all live with our past. He was there.
Don't do that, please.
So
no, he was not.
Mr. Jackson.
Okay.
Continue,
no,
Mr. Jackson.
Why are you interrupting me? Okay.
Continue, Mr. Jackson.
My man ain't going wrong. No way going wrong.
I'm not accusing Remy Gray of being involved in the Lutheran massacre. I said he was in the AFL when the Lutheran massacre took place. Big difference.
Go ahead,
I was part of the military organization when the Lutheran massacre took place. Since you say I was involved with PAL when they made the accession for the $9 rights, I'm reminding the audience that he was also the wife for that government that killed the president, came to power and fought a war, and there was a massacre in 1990. I just want to also just remember that. So you want to talk about my past? Let's talk about what you were involved with in an organization, not personal culpability, but the fact that you were there. Instead of sticking to the current issues, people want to talk about the past, but let's talk about the present. The present is, I believe, it's clearly criminal. You can't bring 31 machines to a country and park in a military base, and you haven't given us any documentation of who brought it, the cost of it, whether it's a loan, whether it's a gift, the cost of each machine for us to scrutinize the value for money. You can't do that. That's criminal. So I hope tomorrow, and look, the public sentiment clearly they want the machine. The public sentiment they want the machine, but they also wanted Western Cluster, El Anito. They also wanted ArcelorMittal. They also wanted a lot of things that turned out to be bad. We were sent to school by our parents to ask critical questions about government operation. Okay? That's why they sent us to school. Our native parents sent us to school to ask questions. Not like in the 1700s when Petro de Centre came here and gave our people looking glass and they were dancing while they were taking the people across the Atlantic to enslave them. Looking glass was good then, but looking glass is not good today. 285 yellow machines look good, but is it value for money? Are we paying the correct interest rate? Does it obstruct the PPCC, the Public Financial Management Law? What exactly? So I'm not going to buy a pig in the bag because you open the thing and I see a nice pig. I don't know whether the pig is diseased or not. I'm not going to accept that. And remember, Greg, if I said something that offended you, I apologize. But I don't want you referring to the past of 1990 we are talking about today. I'm not accusing you personally of being involved in that. I'm just saying you were part of that government. That's all I'm saying. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Also, guys, listen, Uncle Sam, thank you for closing. We got only 2 folks to close, and you're going to go Remy Great, then Asido will finish up. Go ahead, Colonel Gray.
You know, if anybody's picture made it to get his picture, that is noted in the world, is your presence with the president that is accused of killing, Liberians in 1980. You were in studio with him. You were sitting by him. You were directing that whole gig at that time because you were the only most educated person among them. So, my brother, like Bronco know who committed what, when, and how. Conor Gray is not part of any of those things. So, political wise, any way you want to carry on, go dig the paper, dig the annals of history. If you find my name attached to anything, then I'm guilty as charged. But let me say this. When this whole discussion started, first they said it was Vlad. No yellow machine coming, nothing, no equipment. This whole thing here is about, it's just Vlad. When they start bringing the machines now, the goalposts are shifted. Now it's criminal. You understand? But let me tell you something. If you study United States democracy, in 1986, Ronald Reagan was bombing Libya. At the same time you were announcing bombing Libya, that's when we were informing Congress. Sometimes democracy, the hard decisions are taken not the conventional way because it's about the public good. It's not about, following the rule. Even the rule of law is about the public good. Now, if anybody would tell me that President Waka is bringing a set of equipment in the country for his own good, then we have a discussion to talk. But you know what? The obstructionists, the folks who don't want to see progress in Liberia, they will always take the pulpit with the loudest noise because this is going to benefit somebody politically. But fortunately for you, President Waka is not a guy that's looking at running 2029. And I don't see him in that capacity to do that. So what I can tell you, this deal is one that I support 100%. The only reason why people will oppose on it because they don't have their cuts. That's how government has come to be. They've been seen by most people that anything that enters Liberia, through the government, they must have their cut there. And that's not why people occupy the public sector. There's equipment when they're brought into this country, definitely it would ship. You're talking about $54 million for an entire country that is so wealthy. What is $54 million? What is even $100 million? Do you know the work that particular stuff would do? When people want to just grade the road just for a few miles, they charge government $7, $8, $9, $10 million. What is 54, 56? Even if they were giving it us for $100 million, I think it's going to be the state equipment, and it's going to benefit our country. And some of us will make sure that what the criminality part of it, forget about it. Once it goes to on behalf of the republic, it becomes a public asset, and we'll make use of it. Our country will move forward to the next level. Like me or not, I don't care.
Thank you, Colonel Gray. Asado, can you take us home, please?
So, anybody who does not see all of the faces of a criminal enterprise, you are saying, of everything surrounding this yellow machine, with a real intent of corruption, it's not fair to our country, and frankly, has some interest someone else. Here's why. We have a country, and the country is made of laws. Nobody is saying that you shouldn't bring 200 planes. Like I keep saying, I want planes, I want rice, I want buildings, I want cars. We know when something is criminal in nature. And yes, it is criminal in nature, led by corrupt intent of people with the huge mind for payback. When you run a government on the national budget of the country. So if you were to purchase something, it will be reflected in the national budget. If something is not reflected in the national budget, but it goes to future payment, there are also procedures that tell us. One, you go, you negotiate, you agree in principle with the person, you bring the document, you take it to the lawmakers, they rectify that loan, and then you take it back and bring in the items. That's how it works. Anything other than that is criminal. And anyone who does not see criminality into this yellow machine has an interest somewhere, unfortunately. And I'm not sure the person will be sincere to our country. If there should be the norm of the day, the normal things that we do, wherein people will just do anything because Liberia needs it. Someone tell me one thing Liberia does not need. Someone tell me one thing that we don't need. So this is how we run the country now. No, it is bad. We cannot do that. And we all know. I want to be very short on a few things here. When we're coming on the show, I would try to reach out to the minister myself, but I think it was concerning. Because some of us were there, we established relationship with people. So I got many calls from many of the casual workers from my informal ministry, the Ministry of Youth and Sports. And many of them that called told me that since January, they have not received payment, salary for any reason. I really wanted to go beyond to authenticate, but then I never had the time I came on the show. But if this is true, I want to call on the minister to see these people are human beings who too have family, children, home. I don't know what would be the political reason why you would not want to pay somebody from January. It said that they are not qualified to sweep too, or they are not educated to sweep too, to clean the yard. I don't know. But about 4 of them plus 2 messages came to me. I'm not sure if all of them will not be saying the truth. But if the casual workers at the Ministry of Youth and Sports have not taken pay since January, then I think it's a really bad thing. Really bad thing. You can't do that to people who are giving their services to the country. Unless you want to tell, because what we've always heard, they are not qualified, they're incompetent. If there is certain qualification for sweeping, for taking the grass, then I don't know what it is. But we want to call on the minister to please look into this. And secondly, just for the public knowledge, there is this fake AR something on the internet, please don't fall for a upsetting gambling thing. Don't put your number anything. Is fake. Is AR. Don't put your number there. Some of gambling thing they're talking about, you can see it. Don't go for it. And lastly, from my end, we received a very disturbing report from King George, wherein, or it said Magibi Bomi, right? Where Grand Kebma, Yeke Koriba was. You know, Liberia has now deteriorated into a police state where a superintendent is so powerful that he can tell a lawmaker that you cannot come in this part of Liberia because when you come, we bring all the zoo to cut your ear from them. The Magibi superintendent, after Yeke Koluba visited that place, had his engagement with the citizen at one of the centers there, ordered the arrest of a young man called Brima Bowie, simply because he said it was Brima who gave Yeke the go-ahead to use the facility, a lawmaker of our country. Brima was detained. He was even flogged on the orders of the superintendent on a rescue, quote unquote, the people who respect the law. Decent people. Brima was freed from jail as the result of intervention from other people. We want to call on the police RG. I would personally call him to ensure he can look into that. This is not the country we have ever imagined. This is not the country we ever thought would have been possible, wherein a superintendent is so powerful.
I said, 10 minutes old.
It's so powerful that he can.
Forget it, man. You ain't talking. You forget it, man. You ain't talking.
He can order.
Yeah, he's not going to make 10 minutes old. I said, he can order. I said, no stop.
This is important, Captain. I know it's not important to you because it is a rescue, but I am saying. Because in Grand Cape County, the superintendent, and I'm saying.
I mean, we hear you, but you can't talking to CEO when I hear you.
Ketama, this is not your one-on-one Sunday show, man. Leave it, man.
Yeah, Ketama, this is not your show.
But Ketama is a King John man. Us here.
What I'm saying is important. I know it's not.
I'm telling you.
If it was on God, we are not to be starting there gangster and all kinds of things. But again,
I don't talk like that.
It's crazy.
I mean, you try to get speed. In fact, I noticed you really are speaking on the computer. You got lost speed of reading.
Thank you, Ketama came as a spoiler. It didn't work. All right. Thank you for coming by, Mama. Do the last 3 or closing, Mama, and let's go.
Oh, so I close now?
No. Fadiga closing you. Fadiga speak you. Fadiga closing you.
Fadiga spoke already.
Well, the last person, you're not closing it.
Yeah, it will be Mame, but let me close. Let me say just 10 seconds. So I want to say thanks to every one of you. I want a woman, Uncle Sam. I want to say thanks to everyone on this night. It was very informative. I'm enjoying Mame as he moderate. You know, sometimes his daughter interrupt him. But Mama, I want to say thanks a lot. Again, we have this information from Kenjo. You are right, Asido. Well, all the different stuff, we're just pushing all the local information back, and we have to bring this information. I followed that story about the superintendent, and I hope that people can listen. Asido is not kidding. We have the other information that we discuss after we discuss the engagement of more with the House of Representatives and those folks that were invited. The rest issue with Amin Badab. I mean, something is off. The president went there and said, not on my watch. But today, we can tell you, the pressure rise is up, and it's still going up. What is our involvement? What is our engagement? We will discuss it. Now, I also want to let you guys know the investigation between Hassan Fadiga, or Kobo, I think that's the other deputy name, and A.B. Krama is over. The race as to who coming back is the question.
They will be meeting President Joseph Yima Boakai on Friday. The team that carry on the investigation, the National Security Advisor, the Legal Advisor, the Justice Minister, everybody will be meeting President Boakai on Friday. And they will be submitting their recommendation. Who's in? Who's out? We want to hear from you tomorrow. Your question and your own opinion to this issue will inform maybe those advisors. So we'll open the phone line and speak to the Liberian people tomorrow. Who do you want to come back? Who do you want to just say bye-bye? Somebody must go. They cannot work together. I was totally involved. The lawyer for A.B. Kroman and Serena Seaforth, the lawyer for Fadiga, they choose the Iceman not to call his name. I don't know why I'm not going to call his name. But I was totally involved. I followed the case through the Justice Ministry. I've been engaged with the executive mansion. Who's in, who's out? You Liberia people, you got to say your 2 cents. If you watch all the video, do you want the 2 deputies to go and AB stay? Or do you want AB to go and the 2 deputies stay? Should all of them go? It will be your call tomorrow. We want to say thank you. It will be a very interesting show tomorrow.
Stand up.
Yes, yes,
Can I
sir.
say something? Can I say something?
So I want to say a minute, just less than a minute, a second. A Dogs Bet is a betting company in Liberia, and the workers organize. The moment the workers organize, they begin to fire some of the workers from what I've learned. So I hope the Labor Ministry can investigate that news. Dogs Bet is a betting company in Liberia that makes huge money from our people.
I agree with you.
People or what?
After that,
So we will our Sunday show. One on Sunday is
Betting company to
yeah.
Uncle Sam, I beg you, Uncle Sam, we talk about yellow machine, not yellow women. Please, I beg you.
But the thing that everywhere you go in the country, you see.
But Uncle Sam, Ketema, what you just said is very important. We should look into it, and we should look into those four. Now, you said betting. Mommy and myself get a lead. The foreign bank. Is the Liberian government targeting foreign banks owner? The huge legal expense that is now hanging over those foreign banks. The new banks that were created and all other, we got to discuss it, we got to squeeze it in. But Fadiga, you go, I beg you, the mommy have to close and take us home. I don't want to get into other show.
I know you just
are you ready?
I said I was not going to talk about this LDA thing, but let me tell you something. Let me say this.
But tomorrow we're talking LDA.
Yeah, no, but he said we're going to call. I just want to say one thing. Stanton, this matter cannot be litigated in the court of public opinion. I know the public have their own perception about things, but the thing was done in secret. Even me, I'm not privy to some of the information. People will just be speculating. I think we should leave it to the experts, those that the panel that the president convened to investigate this thing. They have more information. Like I always say, the devil is in the detail. The public will just be based on sentiment. I know the sentiment has always been on one side, which I don't think we are worried about. But I just want us to be able to wait for the process, wait for the investigation to end, and then we can have our input. That's just my opinion.
Let's discuss it. Let's discuss it in the chat room.
We'll see.
I'm going to bed. I see you guys.
You cannot go because your son, Mame, have not spoken. We gotta wait. Who's the last?
Yeah, let me
make it short. 3 minutes.
Yeah, let me.
Please don't talk about yellow machine and yellow women, please.
No, I thought I say yellow machines are difficult to acquire. And most of the time, you get.
You say yellow.
You're saying that the go and over. You're saying that the police are in trouble. Go ahead, Toba.
No, but don't talk about woman like that, man.
Give me chance to talk, please. Give me chance to talk.
Mame, go ahead. You are saying the problem number.
As since the conversation ended around the invitation from the legislature, we want, our position on transparency and accountability, value for money, we're clear about that. We don't want anybody to say because people want it, so if you just can't pass in the country, we're clear on that one. But as the president is invited, as the executive is invited to the legislature, we want hard questions. We want reasonable questions. We don't want question only about how it was acquired. We also want question about how it will be utilized. What are the plans? What is sustainability plan? And it has to be written. To be convincing, it has to be written. We want the legislature to also ask that. But also, and most importantly, let us ask ourselves, there is no formal agreement. The president has not spoken on the issue. So on what basis is the legislature inviting the president, the office of the president? On what basis? There's no agreement.
The machines are at the barracks. Because the machine at the barracks, they can see them.
I mean, if the issue is about logistical concern, I mean, why are you keeping it in the barracks?
No, what are the machines doing in the country? What are the machines doing in the country? No, I didn't tell you. You're asking questions. I tell you, I give you the facts.
I give you my opinion. I'm not asking you. I am saying, if there is no formal agreement for you as the legislature to review and rectify, if there is no concession, if there is no letter of intent, if negotiation is going on as we see, it is only fair that if they don't have it in their hand, because we almost have been saying document in their possession. But if there is no document in your possession that you should be rectifying, that you should be scrutinizing, then what are you investigating when the president comes to the executive or when the minister comes there? Speculation? Our opinion on spoon is why you'll be interrogating. I mean, we raise good opinions, but St. Johnson say you not see no document yet. I said, do not see no document yet. I've not seen any document. But
I saw document. I saw the manifest.
We can fig you to say
I saw the manifest. We saw document. We saw the manifest.
To say get 80 million.
We saw the manifest.
We saw the manifest.
We saw the manifest.
It told you 80 million.
It told 31 machines.
It told you 80 million.
It said 54 million in the public domain.
Mommy, I know you the moderator. Mommy, what's your Mommy, I know you're doing your closing. Hold on 1 minute. Mommy, I know you're doing your closing though. Mommy, I know you're doing your closing. I beg you, please go ahead. I really got to take my son out. I don't want to leave you guys.
In my closing, there's no agreement for the legislature to rectify except they say they have one, and I in the legislature, I don't know. There is no letter of intent to be investigated. There's no official communication. Everything around this yellow machine are just our opinions that we express. The only material evidence we have is that machine entered the country. That investigation, if the legislature doesn't want to just get into the scene free, you could just invite cabinet minister and talk about what negotiations are ongoing. So it is likely that tomorrow the president could say, I don't have a concession, I don't have an agreement, and there is no need for me to come to scrutinize. Give me chance in the executive to do my negotiation. When I conclude my negotiation, I will present it before the legislature for ratification. That could be something possible. But finally, please, man, let me let my thought. Finally, finally.
I said the man closing. I said you can't interrupt me, please.
What might happen?
I said he closing. Mommy is closing. I said
yeah. So that is what I'm preempting that could happen.
Mama can talk at a retreat. Mama can talk at a retreat. And Baka said, Gabajara will pay for the machine. That's on all the public record.
So
yeah.
if they're done, if they shoot down, the lawmaker
but please help me, let me.
Yeah, but you're not being fair. Uncle Sam, I said no, I beg you, let Mama speak.
It's because Mama can say on video is what the legislature will be ratifying. What Mama can say on video is what the legislature will ratify. No, but yes, the legislature should be investigating. The legislature should be reviewing, and I will conclude with what Uncle Sam now left to hear. Yellow machine, whatever way, always have this type of issue. But when you acquire them, you benefit a whole lot. So let's wait and see Joe Walker, don't give up.
Send down.
The school your yellow
Send
machine.
down.
Yeah.
Send down. Send down.
We never yellow machine.
Send down.
Please don't talk about yellow machine. Go ahead, Keteba.
Send down. Here's my only issue with what Mommy said. The legislature does not have, they don't have to write them before they do a hearing or anything. They can any issues they can invite leaders. That is part of their job. They did not tell you they're going for ratification. That's one. Two, you cannot have your cake and eat it. You cannot say, why are they inviting the people? Then you tell them how to ask a poor question. You said they should be tough. You cannot have your cake and eat it. You cannot want them to ask a poor tough question. Then you question why they even inviting the people. Then that's a contradiction. You basically they're gonna have it anyway. But if you say, no, hold on. If you say, why they even inviting the people? They did not tell them they need ratification. The legislature does not need a letter that requests for ratification before they call a public hearing or before they call hearing on leaders in the government. At any time, if they are concerned about something in a particular sector, they can call the head of that sector to explain if they got question and they got doubt. They do have to see no letter of intent that want to ratify this. So that is their basic civil. Yeah, so the other aspect is if you are saying,
because we got to go, folks. Yes,
the
manifest says the receiver, executive mansion. The receiver, executive mansion. The shipper, signing. Now, within the retreat, they said 285 equipment coming to the country. All these things are good reason why the lawmakers should call them. Okay? The lawmakers not accusing them, the lawmakers calling them. And the most important thing, you are taking this machine to the military barrack. So if this is a private machine, private corporation, and you just took it to the military barrack, we want to know why. If this is brought in by the government and owned by the government, we want to know why. This is not a question, mommy, and you know.
It is a thing about.
We can hide it, but the good thing, tomorrow is less than 12 hours away. By this time, we'll be singing Kumbaya different song. Something real quick.
No, I'm just going to send treat to my man today. Today is his birthday, Toga Richardson. He's celebrating. Happy birthday.
I want to say
I'll recuse myself and just listen to you guys.
I hope you get the time to come on tomorrow, man. It will be very interesting. It looks like somebody.
No. I want Katama to come. No. Let's stay the Sunday. No. We don't want him here. We don't want him here.
Oh, we want to say thank you guys. It was a good show.
Never get disappointed when you're struggling to acquire yellow machine. Never get disappointed.
Amen. My man. Abdullah. I prefer blue, green, black machine. Yellow machine, I go. Let any show with a good note. Yellow machine, not good.
I think some of you are just jealous that if people were able to go to a
Leo, everybody that get yellow machine, it hard to maintain. Uncle Sam, the spare parts.
So yellow machine can come with their own money. So yellow machine, how they get come up with their own money?
Yellow machine get a lifetime warranty. Okay.
Exactly.
So yellow machine get a lifetime warranty. You will go and change. But so yellow machine from start to finish, you got to run. And when
only maintenance. Maintenance is our problem.
Maintenance alone. But let's play that video real quick. I want you to see an African guy eating the real fufu the real way. Nelson, go ahead. Play it quick, Nelson. This is big. I love this guy.
Nelson denied me on his show yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
He said it.
Nelson, play now.
Okay, one.
I really like the way the guy can eat. They give you the appetite that you want to eat. Nelson, play it, please. Uncle say you that let dumber.
So here we go.
Now, who do you want to play again?
What?
Nelson is so quality for the beginning, man. I really like this guy's video. Okay, let's see the guy. Look at how the guy holding that fufu or that dumbbell, whatever it is. Look at that big thing. Mommy, your hair hurting you. Your hair hurting you. I want people to just take a look and enjoy the guy. Look at that thing. Colonel Gray, look at it. Look at it.
The Bigo, what? The Bigo, what?
They're looking fake.
It's
about through why? Oh my God.
No, seriously. I follow this guy a lot. I say I enjoy him when he's swallowing the fufu. Seriously. He doesn't joke. Wow.
Good night, guys. See you later.
Good night. Aye. Thank you. Have a good day, Nelson. Thank you, Acido. Thank you, Conor Gray. It was a good show.
So you going to Bible study tonight?
No. Today Wednesday, no Bible study.
Oh, my church today is a Bible study.
Yeah, Bible study is Tuesday. Tomorrow is the pastor's birthday. We want to wish Pastor Jimmy James a happy birthday from the Jubilee Christian. I'm going to put a picture up tomorrow from the Jubilee Christian Fellowship Worship Center. We want to say, Pastor Jimmy James, happy birthday to you. And on Friday is Bernadine Peabody birthday, one of my favorite cousins. I want to wish her happy birthday. Rose Striker, it's good to see you following us. Thank you very much. I want to say to all our beautiful fans, LRB Unity, Kona Lofa, Serena Tesla. I want to say Armstrong Jabba, my man, how you doing? I want to say thank you guys for joining us. William Hart, Ostruck Cyrus, Enos Tamba, Komora Kengo. I want to say to all of you, we say thank you for making
those machines, one man I'll be happy with them will be Armstrong Jabba, because
that's why Armstrong fighting for it. But let me say this. It was
but talking about church, if you're looking for a church, Redeemed Life Church is in Mounds View. Can't worship with us, we're always there on Sunday.
You got Acid right there, take him there. Acid need to go to church. I gotta take my JRO out. So y'all have a good night. Thank you.
All right, man.
Okay.
All right, gentlemen.
Yeah. And so folks, that's how we like to draw down the curtains on the show tonight. I want to say thanks to all of you across the world for being here tonight with us on this edition of the program, Spoon Talk. Of course, this is where you get the news. This is where you get objective analysis from the diverse panel here every night. And thanks to our folks in Radio Land across the country, following us on Spoon 107.5 FM, Fabric 101.1, and Super FM as well. Thanks to the folks across the internet and the folks joining us on YouTube, Spoon Talk Live on Facebook, Spoon TV, Fabric TV, and Super TV. Many thanks to all of you across Liberia and to our affiliate radio stations as well for relaying the program. Thanks to Trust FM, thanks to Gibby FM, thanks to Premium Radio, and of course Trend Radio all the way there in Grand Crew County. So that's how I would like to end up tonight on the program. Many thanks to all of you. I'm Nelson Colette. And just before we go, let me do this one, a special birthday greeting for Miss Catherine Mo Kariru. Yeah. You're celebrating your birthday today. You're the CEO and founder of the Liberian Wives International, and you're celebrating your birthday today, Miss Catherine. Happy birthday to you as you celebrate your natal day today. And Shirley Sneen, the treasurer of the group, Liberian Wives International, is saying happy birthday to you as well. She's wishing you all the best as you celebrate your natal day today. That's you, Miss Catherine Moore. Happy birthday to you as you celebrate your natal day today. And to all of you across the world, across Radio Land, celebrating birthdays today, happy birthday to you. And this is how we like to end up. Join us later tonight on the late night show. The late night politics and smooth is coming up shortly. That's in about 5 minutes from now. We'll be here with the program, the late night show, late night politics on Spoon. Until then, have a good night and bye bye for now.
Yes, I, a special one from the CEO, stand coming with the spoon.